The chamber is open and full of whispers.
Before we dive in, check the link in the description if you want exclusive timelines, members-only videos you won't find on YouTube. All on our Patreon. Snow falls. Thick. Heavy. Covering the filth of the alley in white. A woman lies against a brick wall. Young. Gaunt. Hollow-cheeked. Her clothes are rags. Her breath comes in shallow gasps. Blood pools beneath her. She's dying. Merope gaunt. Witch. Abandoned. Alone. Her hand rests on her swollen belly. Contractions rack her body. The baby is coming. She has no strength left. No magic. No hope. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, little one. Your mother is weak. Your father didn't want us. You'll be alone. Her eyes close. Footsteps. Hurried. Crunching through snow. A woman appears. 50 years old. Sturdy build. Midwife's bag in hand. Agnes Whitmore. Muggle. Practical. Kind. She's returning from a delivery 3 streets over. Sees Merope. Stops. Dear God. Miss, can you hear me? Merope's eyes flutter open. Barely conscious. Help. Please. The baby. Agnes kneels. Assesses with practiced efficiency. Advanced labor. Hemorrhaging. This girl will die without intervention. I'm a midwife. I'm going to help you. But we need to get you to a hospital. No hospital. They'll take him. Please. Agnes sees the desperation, the fear, makes a decision. There's a place, an old wives' tale among midwives. A hospital that helps when others won't. It's not far. She helps Merope to her feet. Half carries her through the snow. 3 blocks. An abandoned building. Crumbling facade. Boarded windows. Agnes has delivered 200 babies. Never believed the stories. But tonight, desperation makes believers of us all. She knocks on the door. 3 times. Deliberate. Rhythmic. Nothing happens. Agnes knocks again. Please, if anyone's there, this girl is dying. The door opens, not creaking. Silently. Smoothly. A woman stands in the doorway, wearing robes, healer robes. St. Mungo's insignia on her chest. Dilys Derwent. Healer, future Hogwarts headmistress. Eyes sharp with intelligence and compassion. Bring her inside. Quickly. Agnes carries Merope through. The interior is nothing like the exterior. Clean, bright, medical equipment lining the walls. Magical medical equipment, but Agnes doesn't question. Doesn't have time. Dilys examines Merope with wand in hand. Diagnosis in seconds. Placental abruption. Severe blood loss. The mother won't survive without magical intervention. She looks at Agnes. You brought her to the right place. But you must understand. What you see here cannot be spoken of. We exist in the margins. Between your world and ours. Agnes nods, doesn't understand, doesn't care. Just save them. Dilys raises her wand, spells flow, Latin incantations, golden light. Agnes watches in stunned silence as the hemorrhaging stops, as the contractions intensify but become manageable. 4 hours later, dawn breaks over London. A baby cries. Strong, healthy. Tom Marvolo Riddle, born to a mother who lives. Merope holds him, tears streaming. Thank you so much. Dilys smiles gently. You're a witch. Your magic will return once you've healed. You have choices now. The child has a future. What do? I have nothing. No money. No home. There's a fund for witches in need. We can arrange lodging, work, a new start. Merope looks at her son. Small. Perfect. Completely dependent on her. I'll do anything to keep him safe. 1927 to 1938. Montage, London. A small flat above a bookshop. Modest, clean, warm. Merope works as a seamstress. Her magic returns slowly. She uses it sparingly, mending clothes with a touch, keeping the flat cozy with warming charms. Tom grows, age 2, running through the flat, laughing. Merope chases him, catches him, spins him around, both giggling. Age 4, sitting on Merope's lap. She teaches him to read, slowly, patiently. Her finger traces letters in a worn book. Tom sounds them out, concentrates fiercely. When he gets a word right, she kisses his forehead. Proud. Age 6, Tom shows accidental magic. A cup falls. He reaches out. It freezes mid-air. Merope gasps, but not with fear, with joy. You're magical. just like your mother. Tom's eyes widen. Really? Really, what can we do? Anything, darling, anything we choose. Age 8, Tom asks about his father. They sit at the small kitchen table. Evening. Lamplight. Mum, why don't I have a father? Merope's face tightens. She knew this question would come, prepared for it, never lied to her son. Your father was a muggle, a man I loved. But I made a mistake. I used magic to make him love me back. A potion. When it wore off, he left. Tom processes this. Young, but already sharp. That was wrong. You can't make someone love you with magic. Merope nods. Tears in her eyes. It was wrong. I've regretted it every day. But it gave me you. And I will never regret you. Tom reaches across the table, takes her hand, small hand in hers. I love you, Mum. That's real, not magic. Merope breaks down crying, holds him tight. You're a better person than I deserve. No, I'm the person you made me. You chose to be good, so I'll choose it too. July 24th, 1938. Diagon Alley. Tom is 11, tall for his age, dark hair, handsome, but his eyes are different from the Tom Riddle of another timeline. They hold warmth, curiosity. He walks with Merope through the magical shopping district. She's 49 now, graying, thin, but alive, healthy, happy. They enter Ollivander's. The shop is dusty, narrow, packed with wand boxes. An old man emerges from the back. Garrick Ollivander, young still, perhaps 50, pale eyes that see everything. Ah, a new student. First wand, I presume? Tom nods. Eager. Respectful. Yes, sir. Ollivander measures him. Arm length. Wrist to elbow. Height. All the while studying Tom's face. You have strong magic. I can feel it. Powerful. Focused. He pulls boxes. Tries wands. Maple and unicorn hair. Tom waves it. Nothing. Oak and dragon heartstring. Tom tries. The wand sparks angrily. Wrong. Ebony and phoenix feather. Tom grips it. Warmth spreads through his hand. But not quite right. Ollivander pauses, thinks, retrieves a final box from the back. Dusty, old, opens it carefully. Yew and phoenix feather, 13.5 inches, powerful, unyielding. Tom takes it. The connection is immediate. Golden light erupts, warm, welcoming. The wand recognizes its master. Ollivander's expression is complicated, curious. Yes, very curious. What's curious? The phoenix whose tail feather resides in your wand gave one other feather. Just one. I wonder what your wand's brother will do. Merope steps forward protectively. What do you mean? Ollivander waves a hand dismissively. Nothing to worry about, madam. Simply that powerful wands choose powerful wizards. Your son will do great things. He wraps the wand. 7 galleons, please. Merope's. They leave. Tom clutches his wand, excited, hopeful, ready for Hogwarts, ready for his future. 1938 to 1945. Hogwarts montage. The sorting. Tom sits under the hat. It deliberates, longer than most. Finally announces S.L.Y. Theron. The Slytherin table erupts in applause. Tom joins them, confident, ambitious, but not cruel. First-year potions. Tom excels. Professor Slughorn watches with delight. Takes Tom under his wing, invites him to the Slug Club. Tom attends, networks, makes alliances, but also friendships, real ones. A Ravenclaw girl named Minerva McGonagall, sharp, brilliant, challenges him constantly. They study together in the library, debate magical theory for hours. A Hufflepuff boy named Caractacus Burke, interested in magical artifacts. Tom helps him research for essays. In return, Burke teaches him about rare objects. Second-year defense against the dark arts. Tom is the top student. But when a younger student struggles, a first-year Gryffindor who can't master the shield charm, Tom stays after class, patient, demonstrates the wand movement, encourages. You're trying too hard. Magic responds to intent. Believe the shield exists, and it will. The student tries again. Success. A weak shimmer, but present. The boy beams. Thank you. Tom smiles. Genuine, anytime. Third year, Tom discovers the Chamber of Secrets, parcel tongue hissing. Opens the entrance. Finds the basilisk. Ancient. Powerful. It speaks to him. Heir of Slytherin. I obey. Tom is tempted. The power, the possibility. but remembers Merope's words, "Power without purpose is just destruction." He commands the basilisk, "Sleep, harm no one, wait until you're needed for defense, not conquest." The basilisk obeys. Tom seals the chamber, tells no one, carries the knowledge like a weight, but doesn't abuse it. 4th year, Tom is appointed prefect, takes the responsibility seriously, patrols corridors, stops bullying when he sees it, helps lost first years find their classrooms. One night catches 2 6th-year Slytherins harassing a Muggle-born Ravenclaw. Tom intervenes. That's enough. The bullies sneer. Riddle, since when do you defend mudbloods? Tom's wand is out. Fast. Dangerous since always. That word is beneath us. We're Slytherins. We value cunning and ambition, not cowardice and cruelty. Leave, now. They leave. The Muggle-born student looks at Tom with awe. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just remember, blood doesn't make you worthy. Your choices do. 5th year. OSS. Tom achieves outstanding in every subject. 12 OLLs, highest marks in the school's history. Professors marvel, but Tom doesn't gloat. Helps classmates study. Shares his notes. Forms study groups. 6th year. Tom is made head boy. Youngest in decades. He takes it as a mandate. Works with the head girl, a Hufflepuff named Amelia Bones. Together they improve student life. Better communication between houses. More inclusive events. 7th year, June 1945. Tom graduates. Top of his class. Every professor writes glowing recommendations. Dumbledore alone is reserved. At the graduation feast, Dumbledore pulls Tom aside. You've been an exemplary student, Tom. Brilliant, helpful, kind even. Thank you, Professor. But I wonder, what drives you? Power? Legacy? Genuine care for others? Tom meets his eyes. Steady, unflinching. I want to make magic better. The system is broken. Pure blood supremacy. Muggle-born discrimination. Fear of creatures. I want to fix it. Dumbledore studies him, searching for deception. Finding only conviction. Then I wish you luck, Tom. The world needs fixers. But be careful. The road to tyranny is paved with good intentions. I'll remember that, sir. They shake hands. Tom leaves Hogwarts. Not as a monster. As a reformer. 1945 to 1971, Ministry Career Montage. Tom enters the Ministry. 23 years old. The building is grand, imposing. Witches and wizards in robes rushing everywhere. He's assigned to the Department of Magical Law Enforcement. Junior Auror position. The work is hard, dangerous. Post-Grindelwald Europe is traumatized. Dark wizards still operate. Tom hunts them, not with cruelty, with efficiency. A raid on a safe house, Tom leads a team of 3 Aurors. They breach the door, stunning spells, incarcerous bindings. The dark wizards are captured. No deaths, Tom's methods are clean. By 1950, he's promoted, head of the Department of Magical Accidents and Catastrophes. Age 24, youngest department head in Ministry history, he pioneers new protocols, Muggle magical incident prevention, reducing obliviation needs by 60%. The Daily Prophet runs a feature. Tom Riddle, the Ministry's rising star, photo of Tom at his desk. Professional, charismatic. Tom becomes senior undersecretary, right hand to Minister Nobby Leach, first Muggle-born minister, elected 1962. Tom helps him navigate pure blood opposition, bridges the factions, drafts the Magical Education Equity Act, expanding Hogwarts scholarships, making magical education accessible. The Wizengamot debates it for months. Tom testifies, calm, logical, persuasive. Magic doesn't care about blood, it cares about will and skill. If we deny education to Muggle-borns, we weaken our entire society. We waste potential, we choose ignorance over excellence. The act passes. Narrow margin, but it passes. Tom becomes head of international magical cooperation, travels to France, Scandinavia, Germany, negotiates the Avalon Accords, Mutual Defense Treaty, protection against future Dark Lords, international collaboration on magical research. The signing ceremony is held at the French ministers from 12 countries. Photo goes worldwide. Tom announces his candidacy for Minister of Magic. Age 45. His platform, Unity through Excellence. The campaign is fierce. Opponents attack his Slytherin background, his orphan origins. Tom doesn't flinch, addresses each criticism directly. Yes, I'm ambitious. Ambition drives progress. Yes, I'm Slytherin. Slytherins value leadership and cunning. Those are assets, not flaws. And yes, I came from nothing. Which means I understand what it's like to be powerless, to need help, to deserve a chance. Election Day, November 15th, 1971. Tom wins by landslide. 63% of the vote. The Great Hall at the Ministry is packed for his inaugural address. Witches and wizards from every faction. Purebloods in on-central robes. Muggleborns in modern dress. Half-bloods. Creatures. Everyone. Tom stands at the podium. No notes. Just conviction. For too long we have defined ourselves by division. Blood status, house affiliation, fear of those different from us. Today we choose a new path. We choose unity through excellence. We will protect the magical and non-magical alike. We will expand education. We will defend the vulnerable. We will prove that magic, at its best, serves all. The applause is thunderous. Even his opponents clap, grudgingly. But they clap. Tom smiles. This is his moment, his purpose. Minister of Magic, leader of a new era, the unbroken era. 1971, Minister's Office, evening. Tom sits at his desk. Late, the office is quiet. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlook magical London. Lights twinkling, he looks at a map on the wall. Britain, Ireland, pinned with golden markers. Each one represents a peaceful community. No attacks, no dark magic, no war. I knock at the door. Come in. Merope enters, 61 years old now. Gray hair, lined face, but healthy. Alive. So proud. She walks to him. He stands. Hugs her. You did it. Minister Riddle. We did it, Mum. None of this happens without you. I didn't do anything. Just loved you. That's everything. They stand together. Looking out at the city. Tom's city now. His responsibility. Do you think you would be proud? My father? Tom rarely mentions Tom Riddle Sr., the man who abandoned Merope. Merope considers, I don't know. I don't think about him much anymore. You're not his son. Not really. You're mine. And your own person. That's better. Tom nods. You're right. A pause. Will you come to the manor this weekend? I've converted the East Wing. You can live there. Close to the ministry, but with space. Merope smiles. I'd like that. They leave the office together, mother and son. Witch and wizard. Survivors. The lights of magical London burn bright behind them. A world at peace. For now, July 31st, 1980. Potter Manor, morning. The manor is grand, ancient stone. Sprawling grounds, protections shimmer in the air. Wards layered thick. Not against Voldemort, just general security. Because James Potter is paranoid. Not about Dark Lords. About everything. Inside the manor's hospital wing. Yes, James built a hospital wing for this exact moment. Lily Potter lies in bed, red hair spread across white pillows, face pale with exhaustion, but smiling. In her arms, a baby. Hours old, dark hair, bright green eyes already focusing. Harry James Potter. James hovers, pacing, fidgeting, running hands through already messy hair. 33 years old, wealthy pure blood, skilled duelist, devoted husband, absolutely terrified new father. Is he breathing? Lily, is he breathing? Lily laughs, exhausted but amused. Yes, James, he's breathing. He's perfect. Should I call the healer again, just to check? You called her 10 minutes ago? She said he's healthy, but what if... James. The door opens. Sirius Black enters, 34, handsome, gray eyes sparkling with mischief. Behind him, Remus Lupin, calm, scarred, gentle smile. And Peter Pettigrew, shorter, nervous energy, genuine excitement. The Marauders, complete. Padfoot, Mooney, Wormtail. James nearly tackles them with hugs. We came as soon as we got the owl. Where's my godson? Lily holds up Harry. Meet Harry James Potter. Sirius approaches. Reverently. Looks at the baby. His expression softens. Completely. Hey there, little guy. I'm your godfather. Which means I'm going to teach you everything your dad won't. Like how to properly prank professors and charm witches. Lily raises an eyebrow. You'll do no such thing. Remus chuckles. Congratulations, both of you. He's beautiful. Peter peers at Harry. He has Lily's eyes. James beams with pride. He does, doesn't he? Best thing he could inherit. They spend hours there, passing Harry around, each marauder holding him carefully, making promises. Sirius, I'll keep him safe. Remus, I'll teach him kindness. Peter, I'll make him laugh. James watches his friends with his son, his family. All here, all alive, all happy. This is everything. 1982 to 1986. Harry's childhood, Potter Manor. Age 2. Harry toddles through the manor, chasing a golden snitch. Practice snitch. Slow, safe. James enchanted it for him. Harry's accidental magic activates. The nursery walls shimmer, transform, become a starfield, constellations glowing. Lily finds him lying on his back. Staring up in wonder, she gasps, then smiles, sits beside him. Did you do this, sweetheart? Harry nods. Pretty, very pretty. She studies the magic, advanced transfiguration, instinctive. At age 2, she makes notes. For research, age 4, Harry sits in James's study. James at his desk reviewing oral reports. Harry on the floor with toy wands. Pretending to duel? Dad? Yes, Harry. Why can't Patronuses be dark creatures? James stops, looks at his son. What? Uncle Remus told me about Patronuses. They're always animals. Good animals. But why? Can't dark wizards love things? Wouldn't their Patronuses be dark? James is speechless. That's a very good question. I don't know. Can we ask someone? Maybe Minister Riddle. He's visiting next week. Age 5. July 1985. Tom Riddle visits Potter Manor, annual tradition. He meets with James and other top Aurors, discusses security, threats, strategies. This year Harry is allowed to sit in. Small, quiet, listening. Tom notices him. And you must be Harry. I've heard impressive things. Harry stands, offers his hand, already learning etiquette. Minister Riddle. It's an honor, sir. They shake. Tom smiles. Please, call me Tom. He kneels. Eye level with Harry. Your father tells me you have questions. About magic. Lots of questions, good. Questions mean you're thinking. What's your most recent one? Harry explains the Patronus theory. Dark wizards and dark creatures. Tom listens. Completely focused. When Harry finishes, Tom nods slowly. That's brilliant, Harry. Truly. No adult has asked me that in 20 years. Want to know what I think? Yes, please. I think you're right. Dark wizards can love. Their Patronuses might manifest differently. Darker, but still protective. The magic responds to emotion, not morality. Really? Really? Keep asking questions like that. You're going to change how we understand magic. Harry glows with pride. James watches. Sees Tom's genuine interest. Lily's words echo. If Tom Riddle is what a Slytherin can be when loved, imagine what Harry can become with that guidance. That night James and Lily discuss it. Bedroom. Late. What if we let Tom mentor him? James hesitates. Dumbledore doesn't trust Tom. You know that. Dumbledore sees shadows everywhere. Tom has been minister for 14 years. No corruption, no tyranny. Just progress. But Harry's so young, which is why he needs guidance, structure. Someone who understands ambition and can teach him to channel it properly. James considers. We'd have conditions. Supervision. We're involved in every step. Of course. All right, we'll ask Tom. 1986, Ministry Headquarters, Prodigy Program Office. Tom sits across from James and Lily. Professional setting. But the mood is warm. So you want Harry in the Prodigy program? If you think he's ready, Tom pulls out a file. Already prepared. I've been watching him, informally. His magical intuition is extraordinary. His theoretical questions are postgraduate level. And his temperament is stable, kind, curious. He's 5. Chronologically, yes. Magically, he's years ahead. What would the program involve? Summers here at the ministry, mentorship, access to resources, training in advanced theory and practical application. He'd still attend Hogwarts at 11. But he'd enter prepared, confident, capable. Lily asks the hard question, and what do you want from him? Tom meets her eyes. Honest, direct. I want him to be extraordinary, to help lead magical Britain's next generation, to prove that talent and character matter more than blood or circumstance. Not to be your heir. Tom smiles, faintly. I don't need an heir. I need allies, partners, people who believe magic can serve everyone. James and Lily exchange glances. Agreement. All right, but we're involved. Every session, every lesson. I wouldn't want it any other way. They shake hands. The partnership begins. Summer 1986. Ministry training, Harry's first day. He wears robes. Child-sized, formal, walks with Tom through ministry halls. Witches and wizards nod respectfully. Some stare. The boy who lived? No. This world has no Voldemort, no prophecy. Harry is just Harry, son of James and Lily Potter. Prodigy, they enter a training room, spacious, empty except for a table and chairs. Tom sits. Harry sits across from him. What do you want most, Harry? Harry thinks. Seriously, I want everyone to be safe, like my parents make me feel. Tom nods. Then you'll need to be more than safe yourself. You'll need to be extraordinary, not for glory, for capability. Can you handle that? Yes, sir. The training is rigorous but appropriate. Theory first, Tom teaches magical philosophy, the three branches of magic, transfiguration, charms, defense, how they interconnect. Harry absorbs it like a sponge. Practical exercises, levitation without a wand. Just focus and intent. Harry concentrates. A quill on the table trembles. Rises an inch. Drops. Tom smiles. Excellent first attempt. Most adults can't do that. Really, really. By summer's end, Harry can levitate objects consistently. Shield charm basics. Occlumency introduction. As a game. Don't let me guess what you ate for breakfast, Sirius teaches him. Playful, safe. Harry giggles but learns. His mind instinctively organizes. Protects. 1986 to 1991. Training montage. The summers blur together. Each year Harry returns to the ministry. Each year he grows. In skill, confidence, understanding. Age 6, theory and wandless magic basics. Age 7, introduction to dueling stances. James teaches this. Father and son. Age 8, advanced charms theory. Lily tutors. Mother and son. Sirius teaches. Godfather and godson. Age 10, history and moral philosophy. Remus teaches, the quiet marauder who sees Harry's soul and nurtures it. Between summers, Hogwarts preparation, reading lists, magical history, ethical debates, and friendship, because in September 1986 everything changes. Harry meets Hermione Granger, and his world expands. September 19th, 1986, Granger home, Oxford. The house is ordinary. Suburban, tidy, books everywhere. David and Monica Granger are dentists. Successful, rational, kind. Their daughter Hermione is 7, bushy brown hair, large front teeth, brown eyes that miss nothing. She sits at the kitchen table, reading an encyclopedia. Volume E, already finished A through D. The doorbell rings. Monica answers. 3 people stand there. 2 witches in ministry robes, 1 wizard, official-looking. Mrs. Granger, we're from the Ministry of Magic. We need to speak with you about your daughter. Monica's face goes white. Magic? May we come in? The living room. David and Monica sit close together. Protective, confused. The ministry officials explain. Your daughter is a witch. Her magical abilities manifested early. She's been traced through genealogical magic. That's impossible. We're not magical, neither of us. The witch pulls out a scroll, unfurls it, a family tree. Glowing lines connecting names. Your daughter is descended from Hector Dagworth Granger, a famous potioneer from the 1700s. His daughter was a squib. She married into a Muggle family and took the name Granger. 8 generations later, the magical gene reasserted itself. Hermione speaks up. So I have magical ancestors? Yes, you're what we call a throwback witch. Rare, celebrated. What happens now? The wizard leans forward. We'd like to test her. If she qualifies, she enters our Prodigy program. Early magical education. Mentorship. Full scholarship to Hogwarts when she turns 11. Monica holds David's hand tightly. Is this safe? Completely. And your daughter has extraordinary potential. Minister Riddle himself reviews all candidates. Hermione's eyes light up. Minister Riddle? I read about him in the newspaper. The magical newspaper someone left at the library? He's reformed magical education. Expanded rights for Muggle-borns. The officials exchange surprised looks. You've read about the magical world? I read everything. Then you'll fit right in. Ministry headquarters, testing chamber. 1 week later, Hermione enters a large room. sterile, professional, but not frightening. 3 ministry officials sit at a table. They smile. Welcome, Hermione. We're going to ask you some questions and have you try some exercises. There's no failing. We just want to understand your abilities. Okay, the questions begin. Magical theory, no training, no prior knowledge, just logic and intuition. If transfiguration changes an object's form and charms alter its properties, what do you think happens when both are applied simultaneously? Hermione thinks. Carefully, I think the object would become unstable. Unless the caster perfectly balances both magics, then you could create something entirely new, like turning water into wine and making it hot at the same time. The official's eyebrows rise. Excellent reasoning. Next question, more questions, each answered with precision, intelligence, creativity, logical leaps, then practical tests. A feather on a table, make it move. However you can, Hermione has never cast magic consciously, only accidental childhood magic. Making books float to her shelf, fixing her broken glasses. She focuses. The feather trembles, rises, hovers. 6 inches above the table, she's concentrating so hard her face scrunches. The feather stays aloft for 10 seconds, then drops. Hermione gasps, breathing hard. Did I do it? You did it. Wandless levitation at age 7. Remarkable. More tests, memory exercises, ethical scenarios. 3 hours later, the officials confer quietly. Then announce, Hermione Granger, you qualify for the Prodigy program. Minister Riddle would like to meet you. Today. Today? Is that all right? Hermione nods. Eager, terrified, excited. Minister's office. That afternoon, Tom Riddle's office is impressive, but not intimidating. Warm wood, comfortable chairs, bookshelves lining the walls. Tom sits at his desk, reviewing a report. He's 60 now, still handsome, hair graying at temples, but his eyes are sharp, kind. A knock. Come in. Hermione enters, small, nervous, but her back is straight. Tom stands, comes around the desk, kneels, eye level. You must be Hermione. I'm Tom Riddle. I know you're the minister. You reformed the educational system, expanded Muggle-born rights, created the Prodigy program. Tom smiles. You've done your research. I always research. What have you been reading lately? Everything, but encyclopedias are too limiting. I need access to more. You'll have it. But first I want you to meet someone. He walks to a side door, opens it. Harry Potter enters. 6 years old, messy black hair, green eyes bright with curiosity. He sees Hermione, smiles. Hi, I'm Harry. Hermione, you're Harry Potter. Your father is an Auror commander. Your mother published 3 papers on protective charms this year. Harry's eyes widen. You know about my mum's research? I read Transfiguration today. Her work on shield integration was brilliant. Tom watches them. 2 children, meeting for the first time. Already connecting. Why don't you 2 talk? I have work to do. But stay as long as you like. He returns to his desk, pretends to work, actually listening. Harry and Hermione sit on the floor, immediately start debating, is transfiguration or charms more fundamental to magical reality? Harry argues transfiguration, Hermione argues charms. Neither backs down. Both kite examples, logic, theory, hypotheticals. 3 hours pass, they don't notice. Tom finally interrupts. I think we found a match. They look up. Surprised the time passed so quickly. Hermione, would you like to join the Prodigy program? Yes, absolutely yes. Then you'll train with Harry. Summers at Potter Manor, ministry internships, preparation for Hogwarts, both of them, both of you. Hermione looks at Harry. Harry looks at Hermione. They grin. This is going to be fun. Summer 1987, Potter Manor, first training session. Hermione arrives at Potter Manor. Her parents drive her, nervous, proud, overwhelmed. The manor is magnificent. Hermione's never seen anything like it. Lily greets them at the door. Welcome, you must be the Grangers. I'm Lily Potter. Please come in. The adults talk. Arrangements, schedules, safety. Hermione is shown to a guest room. Spacious, comfortable. A desk, bookshelves already filled with magical texts. She touches the spines, reverent. A history of magic. Magical theory and practice. Advanced charms for beginners. A knock. Harry enters. Ready? For what? Training? Come on. They go to the Manor's training room. James is there. Sirius, Remus. All smiling. All right, you two? This summer we're covering dueling basics. Theory, stances, movement. No actual spells until you're older, but we're building foundation. James demonstrates a stance. Feet shoulder-width apart. Knees slightly bent. Wand arm extended but not locked. Harry copies it, perfect balance from years of practice. Hermione watches, tries. Her stance is awkward, too stiff. James comes over, gently adjusts her position. There. Feel the difference? You're not a statue. You're water. Ready to flow. Hermione tries again. Better, they practice for hours. Stances, footwork, dodge patterns. By evening, both are exhausted. Dinner at the long table. The Marauders. Lily, Harry and Hermione. Conversation flows, stories, laughter, magic discussion. Hermione feels something she's never felt before. Belonging. In the Muggle world, she was too smart, too intense, too much. Here she's exactly right. After dinner, Harry shows her the library. Potter family collection. Thousands of books. Hermione nearly cries. This is heaven. Harry laughs. I knew you'd love it. They pull books. Sit on the floor, reading side by side. Comfortable silence. Lily finds them an hour later. Both asleep, books open on their laps. She smiles, covers them with a blanket, lets them sleep. 1987 to 1991, training montage. The summers become routine. June through August at Potter Manor. Training with the Marauders. James teaches controlled chaos and dueling. How to improvise, adapt, survive. Sirius teaches spycraft, reading body language, detecting lies, staying hidden. Remus teaches history and ethics, why magic exists, how it's been used, what they must never become. Lily teaches magical theory, the deep science beneath spells, how magic connects to emotion, intent, will, between physical training, academics. Hermione devours books. Harry reads too, but prefers practical application. They balance each other. Age 9, ministry internships begin. Harry and Hermione shadow Aurors. Observe Wesingama trials. Assist with policy research. They see how government works, the bureaucracy, the politics, the compromises. Hermione compiles notes, detailed analyses of inefficiencies, suggestions for reform. Tom reads them, impressed, implements several, credits her publicly. Age 10, they visit Hogwarts. Official tour for prospective students. Dumbledore meets them, headmaster's office, ancient, filled with silver instruments. Fawkes on his perch. Welcome, young ones. I've heard much about you. Harry and Hermione are polite, respectful, but cautious. They know Tom and Dumbledore disagree, philosophically, fundamentally. Dumbledore studies them. You've been trained well. Lily tells me you're extraordinarily skilled. We've had good teachers. Excellence is valuable. But remember, excellence without compassion is tyranny. Remember that when you wield power. The words are gentle, but weighted. A warning, Hermione speaks. We'll remember Headmaster, but we'll also remember that compassion without action is complicity. Power used well can protect people. Dumbledore's expression shifts. Surprise. Concern. You're very young to speak so. We've seen what happens when good people do nothing. History is full of examples. Harry adds, We're not interested in tyranny, sir. We're interested in justice. Dumbledore nods slowly. I hope you're right. I've lived long enough to see many promising young people lose their way. They leave his office. Unsettled, but not shaken. They believe in what they're learning, in who they're becoming. July 31st, 1991, Potter Manor. Harry's 11th birthday. The manor is decorated, banners, streamers, magic everywhere. The Marauders are present. The Grangers, Minister Riddle and Maripay, close friends and allies. Harry sits at the head of the table. 11 years old today, tall for his age, confident, kind. Hermione sits beside him. Also 11 now, bushy hair slightly tamed, eyes bright with anticipation. Lily brings out 2 letters, official Hogwarts envelopes, green ink, wax seals. She hands one to Harry, one to Hermione. They open them together. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Headmaster Albus Dumbledore, Dear Mr. Potter Miss Granger, "We are pleased to inform you that you have been accepted at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry," they read in silence. "Reach the supply list. 1 wand. Standard books. Cauldron robes. Everything they'll need." They look at each other. 6 years of preparation, leading to this moment. "Are you nervous?" Hermione considers. "No. Excited. This is what we've been training for." Harry nods. "We're going to change things. Make Hogwarts better. Magic better." James overhears, smiles, proud, also a little worried. His son is going to Hogwarts, where Dumbledore and Tom's philosophical differences will become unavoidable, where Harry will have to choose. But that's months away. Tonight is celebration. Cake is served. Chocolate with golden frosting. Candles spell out 11. Harry and Hermione blow them out together. Everyone cheers. Tom raises a glass. "To Harry and Hermione, the finest students I've ever taught. May Hogwarts be ready for you." Because you're certainly ready for it. Laughter, agreement. The party continues late into the night. Music, dancing, stories. At one point, Harry and Hermione slip away, find a quiet corner in the garden, sit under the stars. "We've been preparing for 6 years." Hermione says it quietly. 6 years of training, learning, becoming who we are. "Do you think we're ready?" "I think we're as ready as we can be." "What about the divide?" "Tom and Dumbledore. They're going to expect us to choose. We don't choose. We think for ourselves. We respect Dumbledore. We're loyal to Tom. But we're our own people." Harry smiles. "When did you get so wise?" "I've always been wise. You're just now noticing." They laugh. The sound carries through the garden. Hermione shifts, looks at the stars properly. "Do you know what I'm most excited about?" "What?" "The library. Can you imagine thousands of books, centuries of magical knowledge, all in one place?" Harry grins. "I should have guessed. What are you excited about learning with everyone else? We've been isolated, just us and the adults. At Hogwarts there will be hundreds of students. Different perspectives, different ideas. You want to debate them. I want to understand them, how they think, what they value. You can't lead people you don't understand." Hermione studies him. "You're already thinking like a leader. Tom's been preparing me for that. Not to rule, to serve. There's a difference. I know. He taught me the same thing." They sit in comfortable silence. Years of friendship built this, trust, respect, shared purpose. Finally Hermione speaks again. "Promise me something. Anything. Promise that no matter what house we're sorted into, no matter what happens at Hogwarts, we stay together. Partners." Harry doesn't hesitate. Partners, always. They shake hands, formal, ceremonial, sealing a pact that will define their lives. Inside the manor a clock chimes midnight. July 31st becomes August 1st. 1 month until Hogwarts. 1 month until everything changes. Harry and Hermione stand. Return to the party, but something has shifted. They're not children anymore. Haven't been for years, really. They're young adults, trained, educated, purposeful, ready to face a world that thinks it knows them, but has no idea what's coming. Tom watches them re-enter, sees the determination in their eyes, feels a moment of profound satisfaction. This is what he built. Not heirs, not weapons, but leaders, compassionate, brilliant, strong. Everything he wished he could have been if someone had loved him sooner. But Merape loved him, saved him, made him into someone who could save others, and now he's passed that gift forward. To Harry, to Hermione, to the next generation, the unbroken era continues, not because there are no threats, but because there are people willing to face them. Together, James approaches Tom, hands him a drink. "They're remarkable, they are. You and Lily did well. We had help." A lot of help. They watch Harry and Hermione talking with serious, animated, excited, alive. "Tom, can I ask you something?" "Of course. Do you ever regret it, not having children of your own?" Tom considers, honest as always. "Sometimes. But then I remember I have hundreds of children. Every student in the Prodigy program. Every Muggle-born who got a scholarship because of the Equity Act. Every young person who grew up in a world without war because I helped build it. That's legacy enough." James nods. "I suppose it is. And besides, I have Harry and Hermione. They're as close to children as I'll ever have. That's more than enough." The party winds down. Guests depart. The Grangers hug Hermione goodbye. She's staying at Potter Manor for August. Final month of preparation before Hogwarts. Monica Granger has tears in her eyes. You've grown so much. I'm still your daughter, Mum. I know. But you're also something more now. Something extraordinary. Hermione hugs her tight. I love you. I'll write every week. You better. David shakes Hermione's hand. Formal. Proud. Make us proud. I will, Dad. They leave. The Marauders stay later, helping clean up, using magic to restore the manor to order. Peter collects dishes with a flick of his wand. Sirius vanishes decorations. Remus organizes leftover food. Teamwork built over decades. Eventually they too depart. Sirius ruffles Harry's hair. See you next week, Squirt. We're practicing advanced shielding. Looking forward to it, Remus hugs both Harry and Hermione. Remember what I taught you. Magic is powerful, but kindness is stronger. We'll remember. Peter waves awkwardly, still not entirely comfortable with emotional moments, but genuine in his affection. Bye, Harry. Bye, Hermione. Don't cause too much trouble at Hogwarts. Harry grins. No promises, Uncle Peter. Finally, just the Potters remain, and Tom and Merope. Tom prepares to leave. Merope is already by the door, tired but happy. Before he goes, Tom pulls Harry and Hermione aside. One last thing. They listen. Attentive. At Hogwarts you'll face challenges we haven't prepared you for. Social dynamics, house rivalries, Dumbledore's philosophy conflicting with mine. You'll have to make choices. We know. Trust yourselves. Trust each other. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be. You're already exactly who you need to be. Thank you, Tom, for everything. No. Thank you, both of you, for proving that the next generation can be better than mine. He leaves. Merope following. The manor is quiet now. Lily sends Harry and Hermione to bed. They're in guest rooms on the same floor, connected by a shared balcony. Harry stands on his balcony, looking at the stars. Hermione joins him from her side. Can't sleep? Too much to think about. Me too. They stand together, the future spread before them like the night sky, infinite. Unknown, beautiful. 1 month, then Hogwarts, then everything. They're ready. They've always been ready. The question is whether the world is ready for them. September 1st, 1991. King's Cross Station, Platform 9 and 3/4, 10:30 a.m. The platform is chaos. Students, parents, trunks, owls hooting, steam from the Hogwarts Express billowing. Harry and Hermione walk through the barrier together, not holding hands, but moving as a unit. 6 years of partnership. Synchronized. Harry wears new robes. Deep blue. Well-tailored. Potter family crest on the chest. Hermione wears similar quality. Practical. Professional. They each carry a trunk. Packed carefully. Books, supplies, everything they need. Behind them, James, Lily, Sirius, Remus. The Marauders came to see them off. James's eyes are suspiciously bright. My son, going to Hogwarts. Lily elbows him gently. He's been preparing for 6 years. He's ready. Doesn't mean I can't be emotional. Sirius kneels. Eye level with Harry. Remember what I taught you. Trust your instincts. Watch your back. And if anyone gives you trouble, Sirius, Lily's warning tone. What? I was going to say tell a professor. No, you weren't. Remus hugs Hermione. You're brilliant. Never let anyone make you feel otherwise. I won't, Professor Lupin. Just Remus. We're family now. Hermione smiles. Grateful. Belonging. The train whistle blows. 5 minutes. Students begin boarding. Harry and Hermione hug their families. Quick. Efficient. Not because they don't care. Because they've said everything already. They board. The Marauders wave. Lily cries. James holds her. Watching the train. Watching their son disappear into his future. Hogwarts Express. Prefect's car. 10:45 a.m. Harry and Hermione don't search for a compartment. They walk directly to the prefect's car. Special arrangement. Tom wrote to McGonagall, requested accommodation for Prodigy Program students. She agreed, reluctantly. But agreed. The prefect's car is nicer. Larger compartments. Better seating. Currently occupied by 5th-year prefects and above. Harry and Hermione enter. Conversations stop. Eyes turn. 2 11-year-olds in the prefect's car. Bold. Presumptuous. A prefect stands. 6th-year Hufflepuff. Cedric Diggory. Handsome. Fair. Confused. First years aren't allowed here. Harry produces a letter, hands it over. Cedric reads, eyebrows rising. Special authorization from Professor McGonagall. By request of Minister Riddle. He hands it back. Well, all right then. Welcome to Hogwarts. They find an empty compartment. Sit. Within minutes, 2 redheads appear at the door. Identical, mischievous grins. Fred and George Weasley. 4th years. Gryffindors. Legends. Well, Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. The Minister's duo. We've heard stories. Impressive stories. They enter without invitation. Sit across from Harry and Hermione. George speaks. I'm George. I'm Fred. No, you're not. Fred grins. Caught us. I'm Fred. He's George. What do you want? Direct. Hermione doesn't waste time. Fred pulls out a package. Wrapped in brown paper, we develop magical pranks. Joke products. We heard you two are brilliant. Thought you might appreciate our latest. He unwraps it. A small firework. Looks ordinary. But there's something about it. A faint magical signature. Hermione leans forward, interested despite herself. What does it do? Explodes in a shower of sparks. Each spark transforms into a different animal. Lasts 30 seconds. Completely harmless but spectacular. George adds, we call it the Menagerie Blaze, still working out the color variations. Harry examines it. Carefully, the spellwork is complex. Multiple transfigurations layered with pyrotechnics. Did you develop this yourselves? Mostly. Some help from our older brother Bill. He's a curse breaker. Fred looks at Hermione. We heard you're descended from Hector Dagworth Granger, the Podioneer I am. Think you could help us with a project? We're trying to develop a potion that makes your voice sound like someone else's, for pranks. But it keeps going wrong. Hermione considers. I need to see your formula. Fred produces a scroll, already prepared. Hermione reads. Her eyes scan rapidly, frowning. Here, you're using powdered bicorn horn. That's for physical transformation. You need essence of dittany for vocal cord manipulation. And add half a measure of moonstone. It stabilizes temporary changes. The twins exchange looks. Impressed? You figured that out in 30 seconds? The theory is straightforward. The application will be trickier. George grins at Fred. I like them. Me too. They talk for the next hour. Magical theory. Prank applications. Hogwarts gossip. Fred and George are irreverent. Funny. But also brilliant in their own way. Creative. Unconventional. Harry and Hermione relax. These are potential allies. Friends, even. The compartment door opens. A boy their age. Red hair, freckles. Tall and gangly. Ron Weasley, the twins' younger brother. Oh, there you are. Mum's been asking Ron. Meet Harry Potter and Hermione Granger. Ron's eyes widen. Blimey, you're the ones who trained with Minister Riddle. We did. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You humiliated Malfoy's dad and everything. Hermione's expression cools slightly. We didn't humiliate anyone. We enforced standards. There's a difference, right? Yeah, of course. Ron sits, eager, a bit starstruck. What's it like, training with the minister? Harry answers honestly, demanding. He expects excellence. But he's fair, and he actually cares about making things better. Do you think he'll change Hogwarts? Some of the pureblood families are worried. Change isn't the same as destruction. Hogwarts has problems. House rivalries, outdated curriculum, inequality. If Tom addresses those, it's improvement, not vandalism. Fred and George nod. Agreed. The house system is mental. Slytherins are treated like future dark wizards. Hufflepuffs are treated like they're dim. It's not right. The conversation continues. The train speeds north, toward Hogwarts, toward change. Hogsmeade Station, 6 p.m. The train arrives as the sun sets. Students pour onto the platform. Furs years over here. Hagrid's voice booms. Harry and Hermione follow with the other first years. Hagrid sees them. Smiles. Harry, Hermione, good to see ye. Hello, Hagrid. They cross the Black Lake in boats, 4 to a boat. Harry, Hermione, Ron, and a nervous boy named Neville Longbottom. Neville drops his toad twice. Hermione catches it the second time, hands it back. Gentle, patient. What's his name? Trevor. He's lucky to have you. Neville flushes. Thanks. The castle appears, magnificent against the darkening sky. Even having seen it before, even knowing what's coming, it's breathtaking. They dock, climb the steps, enter the entrance hall. Professor McGonagall waits, stern, precise. Emerald robes. She sees Harry and Hermione. Her expression flickers. Complicated. She knows what they represent. Change, challenge, potential disruption. But also brilliance. Welcome to Hogwarts. You will be sorted into your houses. Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin. Your house will be your family. She explains the point system. House cup, behavior expectations, standard speech. But her eyes keep returning to Harry and Hermione. They wait with the other first years. Nervous energy everywhere. Except them. They're calm, ready. McGonagall opens the doors to the Great Hall. Great Hall, the sorting, 6:30 p.m., 4 long tables packed with students. Floating candles, enchanted ceiling showing twilight sky. At the head, the staff table. Professors in their robes, and in the center seat, Albus Dumbledore. Silver beard, half-moon spectacles, blue eyes twinkling. He watches the first years enter. His gaze finds Harry and Hermione. Lingers, assessing. The sorting hat sits on a stool. Patched, ancient, it opens its mouth and sings. A song about the houses. Gryffindor brave, Hufflepuff loyal, Ravenclaw wise, Slytherin ambitious. The song ends. McGonagall unfurls a scroll. Begins calling names. Abbott Hannah, Hufflepuff, Boot Terry, Ravenclaw. The sorting continues, then Granger Hermione. Hermione walks forward. Confident, poised, sits on the stool. The hat descends. Silence. 1 minute, 2, 3, 4, 5. The longest sorting in years. Inside Hermione's mind, the hat speaks. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Brilliance beyond measure. But also courage, fierce loyalty to your principles, an ambition to reshape the world. Which house? That's the question, isn't it? Gryffindor would hone your bravery, Slytherin would sharpen your cunning, Hufflepuff would nurture your dedication. But Ravenclaw will give you the tools to analyze everything, to question, to discover. You need that most. Ravenclaw table erupts in applause. Hermione joins them, sits at the end, watching. More names. Longbottom Neville, Gryffindor, Malfoy Draco. The hat barely touches his head. Slytherin. Draco struts to the Slytherin table. Smirking, superior, more sortings, then Potter Harry. The hall goes silent. Whispers erupt. Harry Potter, son of James Potter, the Auror commander, Lily Potter, the charms genius, trained by Minister Riddle himself. Harry walks forward, every eye on him. He sits, the hat descends, immediately speaks. In his mind, loud, excited, "Oh my, oh this is rare. You have everything, your father's courage, your mother's fierce intelligence, Minister Riddle's strategic brilliance. You could thrive anywhere. But Slytherin will challenge you most, the house of ambition and cunning, where you'll face prejudice for being who you are, where you'll have to prove yourself daily. That's where you'll grow strongest. I trust your judgment. Brave words for a boy who might not be Gryffindor. I'm brave enough to be Slytherin." The hat laughs. Well said. Aloud it shouts, "S.L.Y. Theron," gasps throughout the hall. A Potter. In Slytherin, unprecedented, the Slytherin table applauds. Confused, surprised, but applauding. Harry joins them, sits near the middle. Not at the end like a pariah. Not at the head like he's claiming dominance. Just sits, calm. The sorting finishes. Ron goes to Gryffindor. Pleased, relieved. Dumbledore stands, addresses the hall, his voice warm, grandfatherly. "Welcome. Welcome to another year at Hogwarts. Before we begin our feast, I have a few announcements." He pauses, lets the anticipation build. "This year we welcome students who have been specially prepared through the Ministry's Prodigy program. Harry Potter and Hermione Granger have trained extensively. They represent the future of magical Britain. I trust we will all make them feel welcome." Polite applause. Uncertain, the students don't know what to make of this. Special training, ministry involvement, political implications. Dumbledore continues. "I also remind everyone, houses are meant to foster unity, not division. Slytherin, Gryffindor, Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff. We are one school, one community." His eyes find Harry, then Hermione. "A message, don't divide my school. Dumbledore claps his hands, food appears, the feast begins, Harry and Hermione are here, and Hogwarts will never be the same. First week, September 2, 6, 1991, montage. Charms class, Professor Flitwick. Tiny, enthusiastic, teaching levitation charm, Wingardium Leviosa. First year's practice on feathers. Most fail. Feathers barely twitch. Harry concentrates, his feather rises smoothly, hovers 6 inches, holds steady. Hermione's does the same. Flitwick squeaks with delight. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. 10 points to Slytherin. 10 points to Ravenclaw. After class he asks them to stay. You've done this before. We've practiced. Wandless levitation mostly. But the theory translates. You're operating at 3rd year level, both of you. Is that a problem? No. But it means I need to challenge you differently. I'll assign advanced reading, extra credit projects. You'll need it to stay engaged. They nod. Grateful. Flitwick is an ally. Transfiguration. Professor McGonagall. Stern. Demanding. Teaching match-to-needle transformation. First lesson. Most students fail completely. Harry's match becomes a needle. Perfect. Silver. Sharp. Hermione's does the same. McGonagall awards points. But her expression is complicated. Impressed. Concerned. After class, you've been well taught. We have. Remember, magic is a tool. How you use it defines you, not how powerful you are. We understand, Professor. I hope you do. Potions. Professor Snape. Dungeon classroom. Cold. Dim. In this timeline, Snape is different. No Lily death trauma. No decade of bitterness. Still sarcastic. Still demanding. But not cruel. He watches Harry with interest. James Potter's son in Slytherin. Curious. After demonstrating the cure for Boyle's potion, Potter, tell me, what would happen if you added porcupine quills before removing the cauldron from heat? The potion would explode. The quills react violently to heat. You'd get boils on anyone nearby. Correct. 5 points to Slytherin for basic safety knowledge. Later. After class. He holds Harry back. Your father and I were not friends. I assume you know that. I know. Does that bother you? No. You're not responsible for past conflicts. Neither am I. I'm here to learn potions. Snape's expression shifts. Respect? Slight? Good. Keep that attitude. You'll do well. Defense against the dark arts. Professor Quirrell. Nervous. Stuttering. Teaches basic theory about dark creatures. Harry and Hermione notice something odd. When Quirrell discusses dark magic, his stutter lessens. His posture straightens. Like he's more comfortable with darkness than light. They make mental notes. Watch him carefully. By Friday. First week complete. Harry and Hermione meet in an empty corridor. Quick debrief. Observations. Hermione ticks off points. Flitwick is an ally. McGonagall is wary but fair. Snape is more reasonable than expected. Quirrell is suspicious. Agreed. We need to investigate Quirrell. Carefully. Also, Draco Malfoy tried to recruit you twice this week. I declined both times. Good. He's still clinging to his father's ideology. We don't need that. The Weasley twins invited us to help with a prank. Did you accept? No. But I'm considering it. Building alliances across houses matters. Agreed. But we focus on academics first. Everything else second. They part ways. Harry to the Slytherin common room. Hermione to Ravenclaw Tower. Both thinking. Planning. Preparing. September 15th, 1991. Dumbledore's office. Evening. Tom Riddle visits Hogwarts. Official ministry business. Education oversight. But really he wants to discuss curriculum with Dumbledore. They sit across from each other. Dumbledore's office. Circular. Cluttered with silver instruments. Fawkes on his perch. Watching with intelligent eyes. Albus. We need to update the defense curriculum. The current approach is too theoretical. Too passive. Tom. The students are children. We teach them to defend, not to attack. Defense isn't passive. It's proactive. Threat assessment, preemptive action, strategic response. You want to teach them to fight. I want to teach them to survive. The world isn't safe just because we've had peace. Complacency breeds vulnerability, and paranoia breeds tyranny. Tom's eyes harden. Slightly. I'm not paranoid, Albus. I'm cautious. There's a difference. You see shadows everywhere, Tom. Always have, even as a student. Because shadows exist, ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. Dumbledore sighs. This is an old argument. It is, and we're not going to resolve it today, but I'm formally proposing curriculum changes, practical combat training, threat assessment courses, real-world scenarios. The Board of Governors would need to approve. The board answers to the ministry, not officially enough. Dumbledore's expression grows cold, rare, unsettling. I will not turn Hogwarts into a military academy. This is a school, a place of learning, of growth, of childhood. Children who aren't prepared die when threats emerge. Then we protect them. That's our job, not theirs. You can't protect everyone, Albus. Eventually they need to protect themselves. They stare at each other. Two brilliant men, two philosophies, incompatible. Finally Dumbledore speaks. I will consider your proposals, but I make no promises. Tom stands. That's all I ask. He leaves. But both know. The rift is widening. In the corridor outside, Harry watches. Invisible under a disillusionment charm, Sirius taught him. He heard everything. Sees the conflict. For the first time understands. This isn't abstract philosophy. This is personal. And he's caught in the middle. October 31st, 1991. Halloween feast. Evening. The Great Hall is decorated. Floating jack-o'-lanterns. Live bats. Students laughing. Celebrating. Harry sits at the Slytherin table. Hermione at Ravenclaw. They make eye contact across the hall. A nod. 6 years of partnership. They can communicate without words. The feast is magnificent. Turkey, roast beef, pies, desserts. Everyone relaxed. Happy. Dumbledore stands to make a speech. But before he speaks, the doors burst open. An owl, unusual for evening. It flies directly to the staff table, drops a letter in front of Dumbledore. He reads. His expression changes. Grave. He stands. Gestures to McGonagall. They confer quietly. Students notice. Whispers spread. McGonagall taps her goblet. Students, remain calm. Return to your dormitories in an orderly fashion. What's wrong? A Ravenclaw 6th year asks, Nothing that concerns you. Go. Now. Prefects lead students out. Harry and Hermione linger, moving slowly. They see Dumbledore speaking to Snape and Flitwick. Urgent. Serious. Harry catches 3 words. Attack. Family. Wales. November 5th, 1991. Daily Prophet. Morning. The headline is buried on page 7. Small. Insignificant placement. Incident in Welsh village Muggle family hospitalized. A family in Carnarvon, Wales was found unconscious in their home last week. Ministry officials report a gas leak caused the incident. The family remains in St. Mungo's Hospital for observation. The article is brief. Dismissive, Harry and Hermione read it together. In the library, early morning, before other students arrive. This is wrong. Hermione's voice is tight. How so? Gas leaks don't land you in St. Mungo's. That's a wizarding hospital. This was magic. An attack? Probably. The prophet is downplaying it. Page 7. Minimal detail. They don't want to cause panic. We need more information. How? Harry considers. I'll write to Sirius. He's director of covert operations. If anyone knows what happened, it's him. That evening, Harry sends a letter. Via Hedwig, his owl. Loyal. Fast. 3 days later, Sirius replies. Harry reads it in the Slytherin common room. Late. Most students asleep. The letter is coded. Careful, but the message is clear. The family in Wales was Muggle-born. The parents were obliviated, viciously. Left in comas, the child survived but barely. Aurors found magical signatures. Eastern European dark magic. Techniques from Grindelwald's era. We have a new enemy. Organized. Patient. Watching Harry's hands clench. This is bad. Very bad. He meets Hermione the next morning. Shows her the letter. She reads. Face paling. This is what Tom warned about. Complacency. 20 years of peace made everyone soft. And now someone's taking advantage. What do? We prepare. Train harder. Watch for more attacks. And we protect ourselves. How? The room of requirement. It's time we used it. November 10th, 1991. Room of requirement, night. Harry and Hermione stand on the 7th floor, opposite the tapestry of Barnabas the Barmy. They pace. 3 times, thinking hard, we need a place to train, to practice, to prepare for real threats. The wall ripples, a door appears, ornate, solid. They open it, inside, a perfect training room. Spacious, padded floors, practice dummies, spell targets, a library alcove with defensive texts, everything they need. Hermione smiles. It's real. The room of requirement actually exists. Tom told me about it. He discovered it in his 5th year. They step inside. The door closes. For the next month they train here every night. After curfew, Harry practices shield charms, Protego, Protego Maxima, Protego Horribilis, layering them, strengthening them. Hermione practices detection spells, Hominum Revelio, revealment charms, magical signature tracking. They spar, carefully, non-lethal spells only, but pushing each other, testing limits. One night Ron Weasley follows them, curious, concerned. He watches through the door, sees them dueling, fast, precise. Advanced, he knocks. They stop, wands raised, defensive, then relax. It's just Ron. He enters. Cautiously. What are you doing? Training. For what? For whatever's coming. Did you read about the attack in Wales? The gas leak? It wasn't a gas leak. It was dark magic. An attack on a muggle-born family. Ron's eyes widen. Are you serious? Harry shows him Sirius's letter. Ron reads, face going pale. Bloody hell. Exactly. So we're preparing. Want to join? Ron nods. Immediately. Yeah, I do. The trio trains together. Harry, Hermione, Ron. Ron is less skilled, but enthusiastic, determined. He learns quickly. By December, they're formidable. For first years, but still just first years. Still children, no matter how hard they train. December 24th, 1991, Potter Manor, Christmas. The manor is decorated, tastefully, magically. Floating ornaments, enchanted tree. The Marauders gather, James, Lily, Sirius, Remus, Peter, Harry, Hermione. Ron invited too. The Grangers, Minister Riddle, Merope, close friends and allies. Dinner is festive. Turkey, ham, roasted vegetables, pies. Everyone tries to be cheerful, but tension underlies everything. Adults exchange glances, worried. After dinner, James and Sirius slip away to James's study. Tom follows. So do Lily and Remus. Harry watches them go. Waits 10 minutes, then uses the disillusionment charm. Follows. Presses his ear to the study door. Inside, James, it feels like the calm before something terrible. Sirius nods. We've had 20 years of peace. An entire generation grew up without war, without threat. Now something's stirring. Tom's voice measured, serious. The attack in Wales wasn't isolated. There was another incident in Scotland. A Muggle-born student found a threatening letter in her dormitory. And my sources indicate activity in Eastern Europe. Grindelwald sympathizers reorganizing. Lily asks, what do we tell the children? The truth. That the world isn't as safe as we hoped. That they need to be careful. Remus. Gentle, thoughtful. They're 11, 12. They should be worrying about homework. Friends. Quidditch. Not terrorism, Tom responds. And I would give them that if I could, but I can't. None of us can. So we prepare them, we train them, we give them the tools to survive. James, reluctantly agreeing. He's right. Harry's already training. I've seen the spell work. He and Hermione are practicing advanced shields. Combat theory. They know something's wrong. Then we support them, guide them, but we don't lie. They deserve honesty, agreement. Heavy, reluctant, but agreement. Outside the door Harry stands, invisible, hearing everything, his suspicions confirmed. The peace is ending, and they're all in danger. He returns to the party, finds Hermione. They slip away to the garden, cold, snow falling lightly. You heard? She asks, somehow always knowing. I heard. They're worried, and they're right to be. What do? We keep training. We stay vigilant, and we prepare for whatever's coming. We're 12, Harry. We're children. We're also the best prepared children in magical Britain. That has to count for something. Hermione looks at the manor. Through the windows, the adults are visible, trying to celebrate, trying to pretend, for their sakes if not their own. I wish we could have more time, more childhood. Me too. But wishing doesn't change reality. They stand together, the snow falling around them. Two children forced to grow up too fast. But not broken, not yet, unbroken. January 15th, 1992, Great Hall, evening. Dumbledore makes an announcement. After dinner, standing at the staff table. Students, I'm pleased to announce the reinstatement of the dueling club. It will meet weekly. All years welcome. Professor Flitwick will oversee. Excited murmurs. Dueling club hasn't existed in decades. Flitwick stands, beaming. Our first meeting is Saturday evening. We'll begin with demonstrations, then supervised practice. Harry and Hermione exchange glances. This is an opportunity to show what they can do, to establish credibility, to prove themselves. January 18th, 1992. Dueling Club first meeting. The Great Hall is transformed. Tables pushed aside, a dueling platform in the center. Students fill the room, all ages, all houses, excited, nervous. Flitwick and Snape stand on the platform. They'll demonstrate first, bow, step apart, then duel. It's spectacular. Flitwick's speed versus Snape's power. Shields, hexes, counters. Neither lands a decisive hit. After 3 minutes they stop. Bow again. Students applaud, impressed. Now we need volunteers for student demonstrations. Hands shoot up. Eager 7th years, 6th years. Flitwick scans the crowd. His eyes land on Harry and Hermione. Mr. Potter? Miss Granger? Would you volunteer? Surprised silence. First years? Demonstrating? They stand. Walk to the platform. Whispers explode. This should be interesting. The minister's protégés. Let's see if the training was real. Flitwick addresses the crowd. For fairness, we'll pair them with 7th years. Mr. Clearwater, Miss Vance, please join them. 2 7th years step up. David Clearwater, Ravenclaw, tall, confident. Emmeline Vance, Gryffindor, skilled duelist, Quidditch captain. They look amused. First years, this will be over quickly. Flitwick explains the rules. No dark arts, no dangerous spells. First to disarm or incapacitate wins. The 4 take positions. Harry and Hermione on the other. Bow. Begin. David casts first. Stupefy, red bolt. Harry's shield is instant. Protego. The spell bounces off. Hermione casts simultaneously. Expelliarmus. Emmeline dodges. Counters with Incarcerus. Ropes fly at Hermione. She sidesteps, graceful, precise. Finite incantatum, the ropes dissolve. Harry advances. Casts 3 spells in rapid succession. Stupefy, Impedimenta, Petrificus Totalis. David blocks 2. The 3rd grazes his shoulder. He stumbles. Hermione uses the opening. Immobilis. David freezes mid-motion. Emmeline realizes she's alone. Tries a combination attack. Stupefy, Expelliarmus, Impedimenta. Harry and Hermione move in perfect sync. Shields overlapping. Protego Maxima. A shimmering barrier. All 3 spells deflected. Then simultaneously, Harry, Expelliarmus, Hermione, Stupefy. Both spells hit Emmeline. Her wand flies. She staggers. Falls. Unconscious, the duel lasted 47 seconds. The hall is silent. Stunned, then applause. Thunderous. First years just defeated 7th years. Easily, Flitwick revives Emmeline. Releases David. Both look dazed. Excellently done. 10 points to Slytherin. 10 points to Ravenclaw. Harry and Hermione step down. Calm, professional. But inside, satisfaction. They've proven themselves. Publicly. Undeniably. January 20th, 1992. Corridor after classes. Draco Malfoy corners Harry, flanked by Crabbe and Goyle. His usual muscle, Potter. That duel was impressive, but it was supervised, controlled. I challenge you to a real duel. No professors, no rules. Prove you're not just the minister's pet. Harry studies him. Draco is trying to establish dominance, to prove pureblood superiority, to reclaim family honor after his father's humiliation. Transparent, predictable. I don't need to prove anything to you, Malfoy. You're afraid. I'm practical. Dueling you accomplishes nothing. If I win, you'll claim I cheated. If you win, you'll crow about it for years. Either way, it's pointless. Because you know you'd lose. No. Because I don't need validation from someone clinging to outdated prejudices. Draco's face flushes. My father, your father is a disgraced former board member who bought his position through bribery. I don't care about his opinions, and I don't care about yours. But I'll give you advice. For free. Draco waits. Tense. angry. You're smart, Draco. I've seen your classwork. You're capable. Stop wasting that ability defending an ideology that's dying. Choose to be better than your father was. Harry walks away, leaving Draco standing there, furious, confused, humiliated, but also, somewhere deep, uncertain. Maybe March 15th, 1992, Cornwall Field Mission. The owl arrives during breakfast. From Tom, Harry reads it, folds it carefully, looks at Hermione. We're needed for what? A mission. Tom's requesting us. With adult supervision, there's been another incident. That afternoon, they're pulled from classes, taken to Hogsmeade by McGonagall. She disapproves, visibly, but can't override ministerial authority. At Hogsmeade, they meet Sirius and Tonks. Tonks is 19, just graduated Aurora training. Pink hair, bubbly. Lethal. Watch your Harry. Hermione, ready for a field trip? What happened? Sirius answers. Sirius, no jokes. A safe house in Cornwall where Muggle-born children stay during holidays. It was scouted. We found magical residue. Signs someone was casing it for an attack. And you want us there why? Hermione asks. Logical. Questioning. Because you're observant. Fresh eyes. And frankly, because Tom wants you getting real experience, they apparate via side-along. The sensation is horrible. Squeezing through a tube. Pressure. Darkness. Then release. They land in Cornwall, a small cottage. Isolated, surrounded by wards. Auror's patrol, inside. The investigation team. Examining magical signatures. Documenting evidence. Harry and Hermione observe. Careful, methodical. Hermione finds something. On a tree outside. Scratches. Deliberate. She pulls out her wand. Revelio. The scratches glow. Become visible. A coded message. She reads it aloud. Translating from an old Pioneer code. Dagworth Granger used it in his journals. The airs of mediocrity will fall. The true blood will rise. Sirius swears. Quietly. Viciously. They know about you too. Harry's jaw sets. Then we're targets. Yes, good. Targets can bait traps. Harry, I'm serious. They're watching us. Let's watch them back. That evening they capture a low-level operative. He'd returned to check his message. Found Aurors waiting instead. Tonks stunned him. Sirius bound him. They take him to a secure location. Use Veritaserum. Legal. Authorized by Tom's emergency powers. The man talks. Rambling, chemical truth where everywhere you can't stop us. The minister's children will die and his world will burn. Kravchenko promises it. The old ways will return. Pure blood. Pure magic. Pure world. Who's Kravchenko? Our leader. Viktor Kravchenko. Greatest wizard since Grindelwald. He'll save us all. The interrogation continues, but the operative knows little. Just a foot soldier. Disposable. Later. Back at Hogwarts. Harry and Hermione sit in the room of requirement. Late. Processing. They know about us. Yes. They want to kill us. Yes. Hermione's voice is steady, but underneath. Fear. Controlled. Acknowledged, but present. How do you feel? Harry considers. Honest. Scared. Angry. Determined. All of it. Me too. We can't keep playing by Dumbledore's rules, waiting for them to strike first. People will die. What are you suggesting? I don't know yet, but we need to be more proactive. More aggressive. That's a dangerous path, Harry. I know, but doing nothing is more dangerous. They sit in silence, 12 years old, with targets on their backs. Children forced to become soldiers, but not broken, not yet. May 20th, 1992. Dumbledore's office. Evening. Dumbledore summons them. After dinner. Formal request via McGonagall. They climb the spiral staircase. Password, Fizzing Wisby. The office is as before. Circular. Cluttered. Fawkes watching. Dumbledore sits behind his desk. Expression grave. Disappointed but not angry. Please sit. Waiting. I've heard about your field mission. Cornwall. Yes, sir. You are 12 years old, both of you, and you're being exposed to terrorism, interrogations, threats. This is inappropriate. With respect, Headmaster, we're being exposed to reality. Hermione's voice. Calm, respectful, but firm. Reality can wait. Childhood cannot. Childhood ended the moment someone targeted us. You can't unknow a threat. Dumbledore sighs. Tom believes the ends justify the means, that preparing you for violence will keep you safe. I have spent a century learning that the ends do not justify the means, that violence begets violence, that power corrupts. His eyes focus on Harry. Your father was my student, a good man, brave, loyal, but also reckless. He believed in action over patience. It cost him dearly at times. My father is alive, successful, happy. His actions created that. And what if one day his actions cost innocent lives? What if your actions do? Will it still be justified? Hermione leans forward. What do you suggest, Headmaster? We wait until our friends are dead? Until the attacks escalate? Until Kravchenko and his global wizards front kill enough people to force action? I suggest you remember that power without restraint becomes tyranny, even when wielded by heroes. Harry meets his eyes, and compassion without action becomes complicity, even when held by saints. The words are sharp, respectful, but cutting. Dumbledore's expression shifts. Sadness, deep, profound. You sound like Tom at your age. Brilliant, righteous, certain. Is that bad? It can be. Certainty is the enemy of wisdom. I was certain once, in my youth, with Gellert. We were going to change the world, make it better through force if necessary. And you were wrong. I was monstrous, my certainty, my righteousness. My belief that I knew best. It cost my sister her life. And it cost Gellert his soul. We're not you, and Tom isn't Grindelwald. Not yet. But seeds planted in youth grow in darkness. Remember that when you wield power. Remember what it can cost. They leave his office, unsettled, but not convinced. Outside, Hermione speaks first. He means well, I know. But meaning well isn't enough. Good intentions don't stop terrorists. Neither does losing yourself to become what you fight. I won't. We won't. We'll be better. How do you know? Because we have each other. To pull each other back, Hermione nods, hoping he's right. May 25th, 1992. Forbidden Forest Edge, midnight. Tom visits Hogwarts. Secretly, uses a disillusionment charm. Summons Harry and Hermione via enchanted coins. They meet at the forest edge. Away from portraits, ghosts, eavesdroppers. Tom looks tired. Older, the weight of leadership showing. You wanted to see us? I did. Dumbledore spoke to me about Cornwall, about training, about his concerns. And he's right. Partially, you're 12. You deserve childhood, safety, peace. But the world doesn't care what you deserve. The GWF is real. The threat is real. And doing nothing means people die. So we prepare, like you've been teaching us. Yes, but I need you to understand something. What I'm about to teach you. Gray magic, it's powerful, effective, but also dangerous. We understand. Do you? Because once you cross certain lines, you can't uncross them. Once you learn these techniques, you'll always have them, always be tempted to use them. Hermione speaks. We trust you. You've never led us wrong. Tom nods. Then let's begin. He teaches them legilimency, active mind reading, not just occlumency defense, but offense, intrusion, truth extraction. The technique is invasive, intimate, uncomfortable. Harry practices on Tom, carefully, permission granted, enters Tom's mind, sees flashes, Merope's face, young, smiling, Hogwarts corridors, classes, the ministry, negotiations, then darker things. Doubts, fears, the weight of every decision. Harry pulls back. Breathing hard. That was intense. Always is. Now you understand why this is gray magic. It's powerful. But it violates privacy. Dignity. Use it only when absolutely necessary. They practice fiend fire control. Summoning cursed flames. Directing them. Containing them. The fire is beautiful. Terrifying. White hot. Alive. Hungry. Harry calls it, small at first, a spark, then larger, a flame, a blaze, controls it, shapes it, extinguishes it. Hermione does the same. More cautiously, more precisely. Both succeed. Finally, blood wards, protective magic that requires sacrifice, blood, pain, intent. Tom explains. You cut your palm, touch what you're protecting, pour your will into the ward. It creates a barrier tied to your life force. That sounds dangerous. It is. If the ward is attacked, you feel it. If it's broken violently, it can hurt you badly, but nothing short of death magic can pierce it. They practice on small objects, Hermione on a book, Harry on a stone. Both cut their palms, shallow, controlled. Touch the objects, focus. Wards shimmer into existence. Golden, strong. Tom tests them, casts Bombarda. A blasting curse, the wards hold. The objects are untouched. Excellent. You've mastered the basics. This is gray magic the kind Dumbledore fears. Yes, and he's not entirely wrong to fear it. These techniques can be abused, used for evil, but they can also protect, defend, save lives. How do we know when we've crossed the line? Tom's expression is serious, honest. You'll know because you'll stop asking that question. Never stop asking Hermione, never stop doubting. The moment you're certain you're righteous, that's when you're dangerous. They train until dawn, exhausted, exhilarated, changed. Tom leaves as the sun rises, tells them, be careful, trust yourselves, trust each other, and remember, I'm proud of you, both of you. He disappears. Harry and Hermione return to the castle, invisible, silent, carrying knowledge that will define them, for better or worse. June 15th, 1992, end-of-year exams, final day. The exam period is brutal. Written tests, practical demonstrations, every subject, every skill learned. Harry and Hermione excel. Charms practical, they perform sixth-year spells flawlessly. Transfiguration written, perfect scores. Potions, Snape grudgingly awards them outstanding marks. Defense against the dark arts, they dismantle every challenge. Quirrell watches them nervously, his stutter pronounced. But something in his eyes, calculating, assessing. Harry makes a mental note. Investigate Quirrell over summer. The final exam is History of Magic, taught by a ghost, Professor Binns. Boring, monotonous, half the class sleeps. But Harry and Hermione answer every question perfectly. Results posted June 20th. Harry Potter outstanding in every subject. Hermione Granger outstanding in every subject. First time in Hogwarts history first years achieved this. McGonagall calls them to her office. Congratulations, both of you, truly remarkable. Thank you, Professor. But I must tell you, your achievements will draw attention, jealousy, resentment. Be prepared, we are. I hope so because next year will be more difficult, in every way. They leave her office, walk to the entrance hall. Students packing, saying goodbyes, summer approaching. Ron finds them. Brilliant scores, both of you. Thanks, Ron, you did well too. Passed everything. That's all I needed. You two set the bar too high. They laugh, genuine, warm. The Hogwarts Express leaves tomorrow, back to the real world. Back to training, preparation, the growing threat, but tonight they're just students, happy, accomplished, proud. Tomorrow the war continues, tonight they rest. The manor is a fortress, not metaphorically. Literally, after the threats. After Cornwall, James hired ward specialists, layered protections thick, detection charms, barrier spells, emergency port keys. Inside, controlled chaos. Harry, Hermione, Ron, Neville Longbottom, all staying for August. Final preparation before second year. Training is intense. James runs combat drills, dueling scenarios, multiple opponents, unpredictable attacks. Harry faces 3 practice dummies simultaneously. Animated attacking with stunning spells. He shields, dodges, counters, fast, efficient, controlled. Hermione practices detection magic, eyes closed, wand extended, sensing magical signatures through walls, identifying threats, categorizing danger levels. She's getting better, more precise. Ron works on defensive shields, Protego variants, layering them. His shields aren't as strong as Harry's, but they're improving. Daily, Neville focuses on herbology-based defense, sentient vines, devil's snare combat applications, exploding seed pods. His talent surprises everyone, especially himself. Sirius teaches advanced spycraft, disguises, infiltration, intelligence gathering, how to blend, observe. Survive Remus covers magical history, Grindelwald's tactics, the global wizard's front parallels, what worked against dark movements, what failed. Lily supervises magical theory, The deep mechanics beneath combat. How intent shapes spells. How emotion amplifies power. Tom visits twice, once in mid-July, once early August. Both times he duels Harry and Hermione together. They've never beaten him, but they're getting closer. August 10th, 5 days before everything changes. Tom pulls them aside after training. Private conversation. Manor library. Evening. You've both improved remarkably. In a year you've surpassed most fourth years. Some fifth years. Thank you, but I'm worried. The GWF has been quiet since Cornwall. Too quiet. You think they're planning something. I know they are. My intelligence networks indicate movement, resources being gathered, operatives going dark. Where? I don't know yet, but I've increased security at ministry buildings. Muggle-born safe houses. Hogwarts. Hogwarts, Tom's expression is grim. Dumbledore refused armed Aurors on campus, but I've stationed them in Hogsmeade, and I've asked the professors to be vigilant. When do we go back? Classes start September 1st, but Dumbledore invited you both for advanced lessons starting August 14th. You'll stay at Hogwarts early, with the professors and skeletal staff. Hermione sees it immediately. We'll be exposed, isolated, yes, but also protected by Hogwarts's wards. The castle is the safest place in Britain, except the Ministry. Harry and Hermione exchange glances. Years of partnership, unspoken communication. They're worried. But committed. We'll be careful. I know you will. But if anything happens, anything, you run. You don't play hero, you survive. Understood? Understood. Tom doesn't look convinced. But he leaves it. August 14th arrives. Harry and Hermione take a portkey to Hogwarts. Arriving in Dumbledore's office, the castle is empty. No students, few professors, McGonagall, Flitwick, Snape, Dumbledore, maybe 3 other staff members. Quiet, peaceful, deceptively safe. They settle into their dormitories. Harry in Slytherin, Hermione in Ravenclaw. Both feel the emptiness, the vulnerability. But push it aside. Focus on learning. Dumbledore teaches them advanced transfiguration, human transformation theory, and Imagus preparation. McGonagall covers complex charms, Patronus fundamentals, memory-based magic. Snape reluctantly tutors advanced potions, Veritaserum brewing, Wolfsbane complexity. The days pass. August 14th, 15th. Productive, intense, educational. On August 15th evening, they're in the library, restricted section. Dumbledore granted access for research on protective wards. The time is 7:47 p.m. Sunset outside. Golden light through windows. Harry reads a text on blood magic theory. Hermione studies ancient runes. Neither notices the first sign. A shimmer in the air. Faint, almost invisible. Then the alarm bells. Loud, magical, urgent. A charm Lily installed last summer. Hostile magic detected. Harry and Hermione are on their feet instantly. Wands drawn. What is it? Harry moves to the window, looks out. His face goes white. Fires. Green. Unnatural fiend fire. Spreading across the castle entrances. Sealing them. Hermione joins him. Oh God, it's an attack. We need to get to the Great Hall. The professors, they run. But before they reach the library door, it bursts open. 2 students enter. 7th years. Exchange students, Durmstrang transfers, been at Hogwarts since last year. Tall, hard faces, Eastern European accents, wands raised. Potter, Granger, you're coming with us. Harry's mind races. Sleeper agents, inside Hogwarts. Of course, I don't think so. The first attacker casts. Stupefy. Harry's shield is instant. Protego, Hermione casts simultaneously. Expelliarmus. The second attacker blocks, counters with Incarcerus, ropes fly, the library becomes a battlefield, shelves explode, books incinerate, chaos. Harry uses what Tom taught him. Legilimency doesn't fully enter their minds, just skims surface thoughts. Sees the next attack before it comes. Dodges left. Crucio narrowly misses. An unforgivable curse. They're trying to kill us. The realization is clarifying, horrifying. Hermione casts Protego Horribilis. Dark arts level shield. It reflects a cutting curse back at the attacker. He screams. Blood sprays. Non-lethal, but damaging. Harry doesn't hesitate. Fiendfire, small, controlled, precise, a tendril of white flame. It wraps around the first attacker's wand arm, burns, constricts. He drops his wand, collapses, screaming. The second attacker panics, tries to run. Hermione's Stupefy hits him in the back. He falls, unconscious. Silence, except for the first attacker's moans. Harry extinguishes the Fiendfire, hands shaking. I used dark magic to save our lives. Come on, we need to move. They bind both attackers, incarcerous, tight. Leave them. Run for the Great Hall. Great Hall, simultaneous attack, 7:50 p.m. The main GWF force hit the castle moments after the library assassins. 30 operatives, experienced, trained, ruthless. They bypassed the outer wards using an ancient ritual. Grindelwald's technique, stolen from Nurmengard archives, temporarily disrupted Hogwarts protections. Just long enough to apparate inside, the Great Hall doors explode inward. Wood splinters, stone cracks. Dumbledore is there. McGonagall, Flitwick, Snape, facing 30 dark wizards. Impossible odds. But Dumbledore is magnificent. He wields the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand in existence. His spells are surgical, devastating. A wave of his wand, 10 operatives fly backward. Unconscious, McGonagall transforms the floor. Stone becomes quicksand, swallowing attackers. Flitwick's charms are rapid-fire, disarming, binding, shielding. Snape uses dark magic, countering darkness with darkness. Efficient, brutal, effective, but 30 is too many, even for them. The GWF uses Fiendfire, not controlled like Harry's. Wild, consuming, apocalyptic, it pours into the entrance hall, cutting off escape, eating through stone, wood. Magic Dumbledore counters with water, aguamenti maxima, torrents, floods, steam. The Fiendfire weakens, but doesn't die. An operative gets through, casts a cutting curse at McGonagall. She dodges, barely. The curse takes a chunk from her shoulder. She falls. Snape shields her, drags her back. The GWF advances. Coordinated, professional. They're winning. Then Harry and Hermione arrive. Bursting through a side entrance, taking in the scene, 30 operatives, 4 professors, chaos. They should run. Tom said run, but McGonagall is bleeding. Dumbledore is surrounded. The castle is burning. Harry makes a choice. Hermione, Blood Ward, the Great Hall entrance. Are you sure? Do it. They split. Harry moves left, drawing fire, cast shield after shield. Protego Maxima, Protego Horribilis, layering them, deflecting curses. Buying time, Hermione reaches the main entrance, pulls out a knife. Small, sharp. From her robes cuts her palm. Deep blood flows. She presses it to the stone archway, focuses everything, her will, her magic, her life force. The blood ward erupts. Golden light, blinding. Barrier forming. It seals the entrance. Nothing in or out. The GWF can't escape, but also, reinforcements can't enter. They're trapped together. Hermione collapses. The effort enormous, draining. Harry sees her fall. Rage ignites. Cold, controlled, lethal. He channels Fiendfire, not a tendril, not controlled. A wave, white flames erupt from his wand, pouring toward the GWF operatives. They scatter, panicking, but Harry directs it, shapes it, controls it. The fire becomes a wall, hurting them, trapping them, burning those too slow to move. Screams, chaos, death. Harry's face is blank, focused entirely on the magic, on survival, on victory, on vengeance. Dumbledore sees horror in his eyes, a 12-year-old wielding Fiendfire, killing with it, becoming exactly what he feared. But Dumbledore also sees the necessity. Without Harry's intervention, they'd all die. So he doesn't stop it, he supports it. Casts shields to protect Harry while he works. Flitwick and Snape capture fleeing operatives. Binding, stunning, containing. The battle lasts 8 minutes. Feels like hours. When it ends, 8 GWF operatives captured, alive. Bound, 15 dead. Including both library assassins. Harry killed 6 himself. With Fiendfire, with combat spells. Direct, intentional, necessary. He stands amid the carnage, wand still raised, breathing hard. Then reality hits. He killed people. 6 human beings. His hands shake. Wand drops. He falls to his knees. Hermione crawls to him, palm still bleeding. Exhausted, she holds him. They cling to each other. 2 children, 12 years old, covered in ash, blood, trauma, killers now, defenders, both. Dumbledore approaches, slowly, gently. You saved us. Both of you, you saved everyone. Harry looks up, eyes hollow. I killed them. I burned them alive. You did, and it will haunt you, as it should. But you had no choice. They came to murder, to destroy. You stopped them. Hermione whispers, "Does that make it right?" No, but it makes it necessary. And that will have to be enough. Outside, the sound of apparition, many arrivals, simultaneous Tom Riddle, James Potter, Sirius Black, 20 aurors. They blast through the blood ward. Hermione's magic yields to authorized entry. Tom and James burst into the Great Hall. See the destruction, the bodies, the children. James runs to Harry, grabs him, holds him. You're alive. Thank God you're alive. Tom kneels by Hermione, examines her bleeding palm, heals it with a spell. Blood ward. You cast a full blood ward. At 12, I had to protect them. You did. Brilliantly. Bravely. Tom stands, surveys the scene. His expression is complicated. Pride, horror, guilt. He wanted them prepared, safe. Instead they're traumatized, changed, broken in ways that can't be undone, but also alive. And that matters most. The Aurors secure the area, arrest the surviving operatives, catalog the dead, begin the investigation. Dumbledore and Tom speak privately. You were right about the threat. About preparation, I take no satisfaction in that, Albus. Nor should you. These children, they've killed. At 12, the cost, no. But I can help them live with the consequences. They look at Harry and Hermione, still holding each other, shell-shocked, traumatized, but alive. Unbroken. Not yet. August 16th, 1992, Potter Manor. Recovery. Harry and Hermione are taken to Potter Manor. Immediately. That same night, Ministry healers examine them. Physically, minor injuries, exhaustion, blood loss, mentally, severe trauma, shock, guilt. The healers recommend rest, counseling, time. Lily stays with Hermione, holding her, letting her cry. For hours, Hermione sobs. Can't stop, can't process. Lily just holds her. Silent support. Eventually, I killed someone, Mrs. Potter. I reflected a curse, and it hurt him, and then Harry burned them, and I helped and I killed. Shh. I know, sweetheart. How do you live with it? How do you move forward? One day at a time, one breath at a time, and you remember why you did it, to save lives, to protect people. That doesn't erase the cost, but it gives it meaning. Does the guilt ever go away? No, but it becomes bearable, especially when you have people who love you, who understand. Hermione clings tighter. I'm scared, Mrs. Potter. I know. Me too. James sits with Harry, father and son, study, night. Harry stares at nothing. I can still hear them screaming. When the fire hit, they screamed. James's own hands shake. He's killed. In his Auror career, knows this weight intimately. It never goes away, Harry. That's the truth. It becomes part of you. Every person you kill, every life you take, it leaves a mark. How do you carry it? By remembering you're still human, still capable of feeling, the moment it stops bothering you. That's when you've truly lost. I don't want to lose myself. Then don't. Hold on to who you are, what you value. Let Hermione help. Let us help. Harry finally cries. Months of training, pressure, violence, it all breaks. He sobs in his father's arms. James holds him, lets him grieve, for innocence lost, childhood ended, for the boy he was, before tonight. August 31, 1992. Recovery period. 2 weeks of healing. Slowly, painfully, incompletely. Harry and Hermione don't train, don't study combat magic, don't prepare for war. They just exist, walking the manor grounds, reading, talking, processing. Ron visits, doesn't know what to say, just sits with them, presence instead of words. Neville brings plants, Mimblus Mimbletia, calming draft ingredients. Says shyly, these help when things are hard. Tom visits August 25th, sits with them, Garden. Afternoon. I'm sorry for all of this, for putting you in that position. You didn't put us there. The GWF did. I prepared you for it. Made you capable. That's responsibility. Hermione asks the hard question, do you regret it, training us? Tom considers, honest, I regret that it was necessary. But no, if I hadn't trained you, you'd be dead. So would Dumbledore, McGonagall, Flitwick, Snape. The GWF would have taken Hogwarts, used it as a base, killed hundreds. So we're heroes. You're survivors. Heroes comes later. If at all. When you decide what to do with what happened. Trauma can destroy, or it can forge. Your choice determines which. What did you choose? With your trauma, I chose to build, to create systems that protect people, to prevent others from suffering what I suffered. And will choose? Tom smiles, faintly. You already are. You're here. Together, healing. That's choosing strength. They sit in silence, 3 people bound by violence, by purpose, by survival. A family of sorts, forged in fire. September 1st approaches. Hogwarts reopens. Classes resume. Harry and Hermione return. Different, harder, older, but returning. Because running means the GWF wins, and they refuse to give them that. The attack galvanized the Ministry. Public outcry. Demands for action. Tom mobilizes everything. Intelligence networks, international cooperation, military resources. The hunt for Viktor Kravchenko intensifies. Sirius's network finally finds him. November 15th. A lead. Ural Mountains, Russia. A fortress built into the mountainside, warded with ancient Norse magic. Kravchenko's headquarters, his final stand. Tom calls a meeting. War room, Ministry basement, secure. Present, James. Sirius, senior Aurors, and Harry and Hermione. Against every protocol, every regulation. But Tom insists. They've earned the right. They're invested. They deserve to finish this. The intelligence is clear. Kravchenko is here, in this fortress, with approximately 50 loyalists. His inner circle, the most dangerous operatives. What's the objective? James asks. Already knowing, Sirius answers. Capture Kravchenko alive. Dismantle the GWF leadership. End this. The Russian Ministry, cooperative, they've agreed to join operations. But they won't send troops. Too politically sensitive. We're on our own. When do we go? November 20th. 5 days. We'll portkey to a secure location outside the fortress, then infiltrate on foot. Who's going? Tom looks around the table. Me, James, Sirius, 10 elite Aurors, Tonks, Remus, and Harry and Hermione. Protests erupt. They're 12. They're targets. Safer with us than anywhere else. They're children, Tom. Tom's voice cuts through. Cold. Final. They're soldiers. Whether we like it or not, the GWF made them that. We can either protect them by keeping them close, or lose them by leaving them vulnerable. I choose protection. James meets Tom's eyes, reluctant, knowing he's right. Fine, but they stay back. Support roles only. Agreed. Harry and Hermione don't protest. They know. This is their fight too. November 20th. 1992, Ural Mountains, Russia. Evening, the portkey arrives precisely at 6 p.m. Remote location. Kilometers from the fortress. Snow. Cold. Harsh landscape. The team assembles. 15 wizards, plus Harry and Hermione, all wearing heavy cloaks. Warming charms active. Tom leads. Sirius scouts ahead. Invisible. James and Remus coordinate the Aurors. They move on foot. Silent. Professional. Combat formation. 2 hours later, they reach the fortress. It's massive, carved from mountain rock. Ancient, imposing, deadly. Hermione examines the wards, pulls out texts she studied, Norse magical languages, runic protections, identifies the weak points, here and here. If we disrupt these 2 nodes simultaneously, the whole ward structure collapses. How? Counter spells. In perfect synchronization. Can you do it? Hermione looks at Harry. Together, they position themselves, 50 meters apart, on opposite sides of the ward perimeter. Count to 3. Cast simultaneously. The counter spells hit. The wards shudder, crack, shatter. Silent, but everyone feels it. The fortress is open. Tom signals. The team moves in. The infiltration is smooth initially. They enter through a side passage, stone corridors, dim, cold. Guards are posted, but not many. Overconfidence or desperation. The Aurors take them quietly. Stunning spells, binding charms, no alarms raised. They reach the main chamber and find it's a trap, not a trap for the team. A gathering, a final stand. 50 GWF loyalists, waiting, prepared. Kravchenko sits on a throne-like chair. Tall, sharp features, eyes burning with zealotry. He sees Tom, smiles. Minister Riddle, the blood traitor himself. You've come to your death, or yours. Surrender, face trial, live. Kravchenko laughs. I'd rather die than live in your corrupted world. Then that can be arranged. The battle begins. Instantly, violently, 50 versus 17. Impossible odds. But the ministry team is better trained, more disciplined, better equipped. James duels 3 opponents simultaneously. His Auror training, his combat experience, on full display. Shielding, attacking, moving. A dance of violence, brutal, effective. Sirius uses guerrilla tactics, appears, strikes, disappears. Confusion, chaos, fear. Picking off enemies from shadows, Remus coordinates defensive positions, shields, fallback points, supply lines, strategic, methodical, essential. The Aurors fight as a unit. Overlapping shields, concentrated fire. Military precision, Tonks is everywhere. Morphing appearance, confusing enemies. Her youth, her energy, unmatched. Harry and Hermione were supposed to stay back. Support roles only. That lasts 3 minutes. Then a GWF operative breaks through. Targets Tonks. Killing curse. Green light. Harry's shield intercepts. Protego Maxima. The curse deflects. Barely. So much for support roles. They fight. Together. Synchronized. Devastating. Hermione casts detection spells, identifies threats, calls targets. Harry neutralizes them. Stunning spells, disarming charms, non-lethal when possible, lethal when necessary. The battle is chaos. Spells everywhere, screams, explosions. Neville Longbottom insisted on coming, despite being left behind initially, followed via tracking charm on James. He arrives mid-battle. Unexpected reinforcement, his herbology magic turns the tide. Devil's snare erupting from floorboards. Grabbing, restraining, suffocating, sentient vines. Exploding seed pods. Nature weaponized. The GWF lines break. 30 operatives down, dead or captured. 20 remain. Including Kravchenko, they retreat to the inner sanctum. Barricade themselves. Tom blasts the door, reducto, bombarda, sheer force. The sanctum opens. Inside, Kravchenko and his elite guard. 10 wizards, the most dangerous. They use Vedmak spells. Slavic dark magic, cursed necromancy, spectral warriors appear, summoned from death, bound to serve. They attack, mindless, relentless. The ministry team counters. Finite incantatum dispelling magic, but the specters keep coming. Harry and Hermione use unified sorcery, the technique Tom taught them. Perfect synchronization. Amplified power. They cast together. As one organism, one will. Lumos Maxima. Light erupts. Blinding. Pure. The specters dissolve. Screaming silently. Kravchenko focuses on them. Recognizes them. Potter. Granger. The minister's heirs. How fitting he raises his wand. Casts the killing curse. Directly at Hermione, Harry sees it. Legilimency reading the intent. Throws himself forward. Channels blood ward magic. Cuts his palm. Mid-air, with a conjured blade, presses bloody hand toward Hermione. The ward manifests. Instant. Golden barrier. The killing curse hits. The most powerful offensive magic. Versus the most powerful protective magic. The collision is catastrophic. Magical backlash. Shockwave. Blinding light. The shield holds. Barely. Flickering. Cracking. But holds. The killing curse shatters. The backlash stuns Kravchenko. He falls, vulnerable. Hermione has a clear shot. Her wand is raised. Aimed. Ready. One spell. One curse. He's dead. The man who ordered attacks. Who killed innocents? Who targeted children? Who deserves to die? Her finger tightens. Spell forming. Avada She stops, can't finish. Sees Kravchenko, not as a monster. As a person, misguided, broken, human. Killing him won't erase what happened, won't heal the trauma, fix the world. It'll just make her a killer again, by choice this time. Not necessity. She lowers her wand. Stupefy. Kravchenko collapses, unconscious. The battle is over. The remaining GWF operatives surrender or die fighting. Silence descends, broken only by breathing, groaning, wounded. Tom approaches Hermione. You had him. Why didn't you kill him? Because I'm not like him. I won't be. I can't be. Even after everything he's done, especially after everything he's done, someone has to choose mercy, or we're just monsters fighting monsters. Tom studies her, then smiles, sad, proud. You're better than me, Hermione. Better than I ever was. No, I'm who you taught me to be. Then I taught you well. They secure Kravchenko. Bind him. Prepare for extraction. The mission is complete. The GWF leadership is destroyed. The war is over. But the cost. 12 dead. Ministry side, 3 Aurors never going home. 47 GWF operatives, dead or captured, blood everywhere. Death, trauma, victory. But at what price? Harry and Hermione stand together. Looking at the aftermath, we won. Yes. Does it feel like winning? No. Me neither. They leave the fortress, portkey back to Britain, carrying the dead, the captured, the weight. The war is over. Now the hard part begins, living with what they did to win it. The courtroom is massive, circular, rising tiers. Delegates from 12 nations, the International Wizarding Court, highest magical authority, jurisdiction over war crimes, terrorism, genocide. Viktor Kravchenko sits in the accused box, bound, guarded, defiant. He faces 63 charges: murder, attempted murder, conspiracy, terrorism. The trial lasts 3 months. Evidence presented, witnesses called, truth extracted, veritaserum used legally, internationally authorized. Kravchenko's crimes are undeniable. The attacks, the deaths, the ideology, all documented, verified, proven. His followers receive varying sentences. Low-level operatives, 10 years. Mid-tier commanders, 20 to life. Inner circle, life imprisonment without parole. Kravchenko himself, life imprisonment. New facility, not Azkaban. Tom abolished Dementors in 1975. Inhumane instead. Maximum security, magical suppression. Isolation. He'll never cast magic again, never see freedom, but he'll live. That matters to some. During the trial, a key moment. Hermione is called to testify. Not required, she's a minor, victim, protected. But she volunteers, wants to speak, needs to. She takes the stand, faces the court, the delegates, the world. Magical radio broadcasts this globally, every wizarding household. Listening, the prosecutor asks her to describe her heritage. State your name and lineage for the record. Hermione Jean Granger. Descended from Hector Dagworth Granger through an 8-generation squib line. I am what the old prejudice would call muggle-born, what truth calls a throwback witch. The prosecutor continues. And what do you say to those who claim muggle-born witches and wizards are inferior? Contamination? Mudbloods? Hermione's eyes flash. She stands, addresses the court directly. I say blood purity is a lie. I am proof of that lie. I carry magical ancestry going back centuries. My magic didn't come from nowhere. It was always there, dormant, waiting, carried through generations of so-called muggles who never stopped being magical. They just didn't know it. She pauses, lets it sink in. And if I am magical, if my ancestors carried magic unknowingly for 8 generations, then we are all magical. Every muggle-born, every half-blood, every pure blood, we're all connected, all part of the same tapestry. There are no mudbloods. There is only ignorance, and ignorance is the only enemy worth fighting. The courtroom is silent, stunned. Then applause, starting with one delegate, spreading, standing ovation. International, cross-cultural, universal. Hermione has reframed the entire debate. Not with violence, with truth. The speech goes viral, magical radio plays it repeatedly, newspapers print it verbatim, schools assign it as required reading. Within weeks, the term mudblood becomes socially unacceptable. Globally, Pureblood families who clung to supremacist views face public shame. Social ostracism, economic pressure, cultural rejection. Lucius Malfoy, disgraced former board member, publicly apologizes. On the Daily Prophet's front page, announces a scholarship fund for Muggle-born students. 100,000 galleons, annual disbursement. His son Draco writes a letter to Harry. You were right about choosing better than my father was. I'm trying. It's hard, but I'm trying. Harry keeps the letter. Small victory, but victory nonetheless. April 15th, 1993. Hogwarts, Dumbledore's office reconciliation. Dumbledore requests a meeting with Harry and Hermione. Private, no agenda. Just conversation. They arrive warily, still uncertain, still processing. Sit across from him. The office is peaceful. Fawkes singing softly. Silver instruments whirring. Dumbledore looks older, tired, worn by the year's events. I was wrong about you both. They wait. Silent. I feared you would become weapons. Tools of Tom's ambition. Cold, efficient, lost to power. And, instead, you became shields. You used power not for domination, but for protection. You fought when necessary, showed mercy when possible. And when you had the chance for vengeance, you chose justice. Hermione asks quietly, What changed your mind? Dumbledore smiles faintly. Your testimony at the trial. You could have demanded blood, called for executions, used your trauma as justification for cruelty. Instead, you chose education, transformation, hope. And Harry stopping the killing curse with a blood ward. Sacrificing yourself for another. That is the deepest magic. The truest protection, not power, but love. Harry shifts uncomfortably. We're not perfect. We've killed. We've used dark magic. Yes, and you'll carry that forever. As you should. But you haven't lost yourselves. You still feel, still question, still care. That's the difference between you and the Tom Riddle I feared. What about the Tom Riddle who mentored us? Dumbledore pauses. Long silence. Perhaps I was wrong about him too. Or perhaps he needed to be loved to become who he is, just as you both needed to be challenged to become who you are. So we're allies now, not enemies. We were never enemies, just concerned observers. But yes, allies. They shake hands. Dumbledore's grip is firm, warm, genuine. The rift isn't healed completely. Philosophical differences remain. But respect exists now, trust, partnership. That's enough. May-June 1993. Ministry of Magic, the Riddle reforms. With the GWF defeated, public sentiment supportive, Tom enacts sweeping changes. Reforms he's wanted for years, but lacked political capital to achieve. Now he has it. May 1st, the Magical Education Equity Act. Full scholarships, all Muggle-born students, supplemental tutoring, family support programs, mentorship initiatives, career guidance. Hogwarts enrollment from Muggle-born families increases 30% within a year. May 15th, the Creature Rights Charter. Werewolves gain legal protections, employment rights, anti-discrimination laws, house elves offered paid positions, choice, dignity, goblins receive Wizengamot representation, 2 seats, voting rights, centaurs, merpeople, Vila, all recognized as equals under law. Remus Lupin is appointed senior advisor on creature integration, full ministry position, salary, respect. He cries when Tom offers it. Acceptance. Finally, June 1st, the Grey Magic Accords. Revolutionary, controversial, necessary, spells judged by intent and outcome, not arbitrary classifications, dark light binary rejected, replaced with contextual analysis, fiend fire taught at any W.dut level, with safeguards like Lamency regulated, permitted for law enforcement with warrants, blood wards studied, standardized, made accessible. Dumbledore opposes this initially, but Hermione's testimony at the trial cited grey magic, used for good, controlled, necessary. Public supports it, overwhelmingly. Dumbledore abstains from the Wizengamot vote. Doesn't approve, but doesn't obstruct. Compromise, progress. The Accords pass 67-28. Tom's reforms reshape magical Britain. Fundamentally, permanently, the world he envisioned. 20 years building. Finally realized. Not through force, through consensus, not through fear, through hope. The unbroken era continues. stronger, better, more just. July 15th, 1993, Potter Manor, Summer Celebration. The manor is decorated beautifully, magical, elegant, joyful, a celebration. No agenda, just happiness. Everyone is invited. The Marauders, James, Lily, Sirius, Remus, Peter, all alive, together, friends. The Grangers, Monica, David, proud, amazed. Their daughter changed the world. Tom Riddle, Merope, 73 now, frail, happy, close friends, allies, extended family, Ron Weasley, Neville Longbottom, Fred and George, students, friends. Tonks arrives, pink hair, broad smile, brings news. She's been promoted. Senior Aurore, age 20, youngest in ministry history. She hugs Harry and Hermione. You two inspired me, showed me what's possible. McGonagall appears, rare smile, brings a gift. 2 books, Advanced Transfiguration Theory, inscribed. To my most challenging students, may you never stop questioning. Snape arrives late, awkward, uncomfortable in social settings, but he comes, that matters. Pulls Harry aside briefly. You have your mother's talent, her heart, but your own mind, that's good. Highest praise Snape offers. Harry treasures it. The mood is light, celebratory. Music plays, magical instruments. A harp that plays itself, drums that respond to dancing, a flute that harmonizes with laughter. Food appears, endless varieties, delicious. Roast meats, fresh bread, pastries, desserts, magical and muggle cuisines blended. Dancing, laughter, stories. The Marauders tell embarrassing tales about each other. James's failed attempts to impress Lily. Sirius's prank that backfired spectacularly. Peter's accidental transformation into a teapot. Remus's dignified silence hiding his own chaos. The younger generation listens, delighted. These heroes, these legends were once foolish teenagers too. It's comforting, humanizing, real. Ron challenges Fred and George to a magical chess tournament. Loses spectacularly. Doesn't care. Laughing too hard, Neville shows Hermione his latest plant hybrid. A Mimbolus Mimbletia crossed with a flutterby bush. It hums when happy. She's fascinated. They discuss botanical applications for an hour, both completely absorbed. The Grangers talk with Lily about magical education, how to support Hermione, what resources exist. Lily provides reading lists, contact information, reassurance. Your daughter is extraordinary, but she's also still your daughter. Don't forget that, Monica cries. Grateful, we won't. At one point, Tom raises a glass. Everyone quiets, listening to the generation that refused to accept a broken world. To Harry and Hermione, who proved that courage and intelligence, when combined, are unstoppable. And to all of you, the Marauders, the Potters, the Grangers, who raised heroes by showing them what love looks like. Merope stands, slowly shaking. Tom helps her. She speaks, voice weak but clear. I raised a good man. That's all I ever wanted. And he's raised good children, not his own. But children nonetheless. That's legacy. That's love, she cries. Happy tears. Tom holds her, gentle, reverent. The room applauds. Many crying too. The celebration continues. Late into the night, eventually Harry and Hermione slip away, find a quiet corner, garden balcony, overlooking the British countryside. Sit under the stars. They're 13 now, teenagers, but they've lived lifetimes already. 13. Hermione muses, 13 and we've changed the world. Did we? Or did we just protect it? Same thing, maybe. They sit in comfortable silence. Years of friendship, partnership, shared trauma, forged into something unbreakable. Do you think it's really over? The GWF? Yes. Kravchenko's imprisoned, the network is dismantled. But there will always be another challenge, another threat, people who want to hurt others, who cling to hate. So what do? We face it, together, like we always have. Harry looks at her, serious. Promise me something, anything. Promise that no matter how hard it gets, no matter what we face, we stay together. Partners. Hermione takes his hand. Partners. Always. They watch the celebration through the windows. Families together. Children safe. The magical community, visible across the landscape. Homes lit with warmth, love, hope. No war, no death, no fear. The world is bright. Inside, James finds Lily. Wraps his arms around her. They did it. Our son and Hermione. They actually did it. They did. And they're still children. Still have futures ahead of them. What do you think they'll become? Whatever they choose, they've already proven they can do anything. Sirius joins them. Glass of fire whiskey. To Harry and Hermione. The best damn kids in Britain. They drink? Agree. Celebrate. Tom and Merope sit quietly, watching the young people. I'm proud of you, Tom. So proud. I couldn't have done any of this without you, Mum. You saved me, gave me love, made me human. You did the rest. You chose good. You chose service. That's all you. He holds her hand, fragile, thin. She won't live much longer, he knows. But she's here now. Seeing this, seeing her son's legacy, that's enough. Midnight approaches. The celebration winds down. Guests departing. Hugs, goodbyes, promises to visit, stay connected. Finally just the core family remains. Potters, Grangers, Tom, Merope, Harry and Hermione, they gather in the main hall. One last toast. James raises his glass. To family, blood and chosen, to love, to survival, to the future. Everyone drinks. Then slowly, reluctantly, they separate, heading to beds, guest rooms, rest. Harry and Hermione are the last, standing on the balcony still. The world quiet, peaceful. Hermione leans against the railing. We're 13, Harry. We've killed. We've fought. We've changed history. What do we do now? We live. We learn. We grow. We become more than what war made us. Can we? After everything? Harry considers. Honest, I don't know, but we can try. Together. Hermione smiles. Small, real. Together, they look at the celebration inside. Through the enchanted windows, every moment precious. James teaching Ron a dueling stance. Lily discussing ward theory with Hermione's parents. Sirius making Neville laugh with an exaggerated story. Remus and Tom in quiet conversation. Philosophical. Deep. Peter helping with cleanup, content in his role. Fred and George plotting their next invention. McGonagall and Snape arguing about potion ingredients. Tonks dancing, clumsy, joyful, alive, all of them, together, safe. Because Harry and Hermione fought. Because they chose to stand when they could have run. Because they became shields when they could have become swords. You know what I realized? Hermione asks quietly. What? Tom saved us all. Not just us. Everyone. By being loved. By choosing good. He prevented Voldemort from ever existing. Prevented the First War. The Second War. All those deaths. All that trauma. Just by being raised with love. One person. One choice. Changed everything. Makes you wonder how many other potential Dark Lords are out there. Waiting to be loved. Or corrupted. We can't save everyone. But we can try to create a world where fewer people need saving. That's what Tom did. What will continue? Hermione takes his hand again. Not romantic, not yet. Too young. Too much shared trauma, but connection. Deep. Unshakable. Partners, always partners. Always behind them footsteps. Soft, deliberate. Tom approaches, alone now. Merope, taken to rest. He stands beside them, looking at the same view. 3 generations, one purpose. You did well, both of you. Better than I could have hoped. We learned from the best. You taught yourselves the most important lessons. Mercy, restraint, compassion. I gave you tools. You decided how to use them. Are you proud? Tom's voice cracks, slightly, rare, vulnerable. I'm terrified, and proud, and grateful. You're 13. You shouldn't have had to do any of this. But you did, and you remained good. That's everything. What happens now? You return to Hogwarts in September. You study. You learn. You have teenage experiences. Quidditch, exams, friendships, romance eventually. All the things war tried to steal. And when the next threat comes, because there will be another threat, always is. Tom nods. When it comes, you'll face it. But not alone. Never alone. You have family, friends, a community that will stand with you. He gestures to the celebration. All of them, they fought for this. They'll fight to keep it, and so will we. Exactly. But for now, tonight, you celebrate, you rest. You remember what you're protecting. Tom squeezes Harry's shoulder, kisses Hermione's forehead, gentle, paternal, then returns inside, leaving them alone again. The stars wheel overhead, ancient, constant, witnessing. They've seen empires rise and fall, wars fought and won, heroes born and die. They'll see Harry and Hermione's story too, however it ends. For now the story continues, the unbroken era, built on love, defended with courage, sustained through sacrifice, not perfect, nothing is, but better, kinder, more just, a world worth protecting. Harry and Hermione stand, ready to return to the celebration, to their families, their friends, their lives. Before they go, one last moment. Harry speaks. Sometimes I wonder, in another world, what would have happened if Maripe died, if Tom became Voldemort? Hermione shivers. That world would be dark, terrifying, full of death. Do you think we'd have fought him in that world? I think we wouldn't have existed. Not like this. The war would have killed our parents, or changed them so much we'd be different people. Makes you grateful for this world, this chance, every day. They walk inside together, join the celebration, dance, laugh, live. 13 years old with futures stretching ahead. Bright, unknown, full of possibility, the war shaped them, but didn't define them. The trauma marked them, but didn't break them. The violence touched them, but didn't consume them. They remained unbroken, and in remaining unbroken, they kept the world unbroken too. They stand there, two 13-year-olds. Who saved the world? Who lost innocence? Who found purpose? Unbroken by trauma, unbroken by violence, unbroken by expectation. The camera pulls back slowly, shows the manor, glowing with warmth, shows the countryside, peaceful, protected, shows magical Britain, thriving, united. A world where Tom Riddle was loved, where darkness never had a chance, where children became heroes, not by choosing war, but by choosing each other. The screen fades to black. One final image appears. White text, black background, in a world where love conquered fear, where mercy defeated vengeance, where children stood as shields, the era remained unbroken. This is the unbroken era, and it is only beginning.